And welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the On the Rise Media Studio with me, your host Giles Thomas, and we're joined all the way from somewhere in UK, Sergio Lima.
Hi, Giles. You okay, mate?
I'm very good, Sergio. The last time we saw each other was in Lisbon last year on the Brandon Curry Olympia All-Star Tour.
Oh yeah, yes, he was. Yeah. It's been a long time. Then COVID came and everything changed.
Do you know what though? I am so glad we got that tour in, because it was the Arnold Classic, and then pretty much when I was at the Arnold Classic, the entire world kind of went into free fall and shut down. But I'm so glad we got to do that tour. So to give a bit of backstory, I met you courtesy of João Henriques, the IFBB Pro Portugal kind of rep, official.
Yeah.
And he said, when we brought Brandon Curry over, he says, Giles, we want to do a photo shoot with Portugal's best open pro bodybuilder, a guy called Sergio Lima. So, and then obviously you did that photo shoot and you trained together, you trained some arms together. I got some great footage. So, but you're Portuguese, but you live in the UK. So can you give us a bit of backstory about yourself, please, mate?
Yeah, I'm Portuguese, and I moved to the UK 2006, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. So it's been a good 16 years since I live in UK, and I'm settled here. I've got kids, I've got a partner, and pretty much me going back to Portugal to compete, it was a strange coincidence as well, because it just happened I went there on holidays with a family, and one of my high school mates, it turned out to be part of the WABA judging.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's how I got to compete in Portugal for the very first time, through WABA first, qualifiers, international events, universe, and then I won, and I ended up winning the Portuguese championships in 2018.
Yep.
And 1 year later, I got my IFBB Pro card in Portugal as well.
Right. So, because I mean, obviously we had the split in 2017 with the two factions of the IFBB. And then João must have took over in 2017, 2018, and then obviously set up his own, because he said in Portugal, he says WABA and the other side of the IFBB were very big. He says, so he's kind of like spearheading the whole NPC Worldwide IFBB Pro League side over there. So you were the first winner. You were the overall winner.
I don't think I was the first one.
Okay.
Because I won in this. No, I won in 2018. Mm-hmm. No. 2018, I won the Portuguese championships, but through WABA.
Oh, okay.
And only 2019, I won the overall NPC Amateur Olympia.
Okay.
And then I turned out to be pro. So I'm sure that was not the first event. I think the first event was 2018.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I won on the year after.
So when we were over in Portugal last year, you were, because your mum still lives there. She's close by, isn't he, to the Big Man? Yeah. Is it Evolution Big Man Gym, isn't it? Yeah.
So I still have my mum, sister, brother, my dad's, nieces and nephews. So I still have most of my family in Portugal. So I tend to go there a lot on holidays to visit them. And that's how I came across João and the WABA, and then the NPC Amateur Olympia, because I was at the time. I'm going to be honest with you. I was setting myself to give a crack at. I don't think it was to bros yet, or was it? It was. I think I was already setting myself to give a crack at the two bros, the first few events they had in UK. But because I could compete easily either way, Portugal or UK. Yeah.
So hang on a minute. So is this last year or this year?
This was not last year.
Yeah.
2019. I mean.
Right. Okay. So you're going to compete with Two Bros 2019. So obviously you haven't competed since 2019, and you're now going to be making your pro debut very soon.
Yeah, I'm just a week out from the Mr. Big Evolution Pro. I was prepping last year to do the UK.
Okay.
The pro. But 4 weeks out from the show, 3 or 4 weeks out, I got COVID.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, and I didn't just test it positive, I got really ill. So I was pretty much really bad for about a week.
Yeah.
And once I recovered, I knew that I couldn't go back on prep. It took me ages. Even when I got better, it took me ages to recover my lung functions, if you want to call it that way. I struggled to breathe for a couple of months after catching COVID. So yeah.
Are you all vaccinated now, or are you going?
Yeah, I'm fully vaccinated now. I'm healthy. Yeah. It was a bit of a setback because I wasn't really enjoying prep last year in the mix of COVID. I think I felt that I improved during that period, and and I was really ready to rock up with the top guys here in UK, but unfortunately I couldn't.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So where are you based in the UK then?
I'm based in Wolverhampton.
I was going to say, as soon as you started talking, I was thinking, that's not a London twang. That's definitely Dudley, Birmingham, Wolverhampton. Portuguese. That's what a Wolverhampton
sound like.
Portuguese accent sounds like. I was thinking, that's a bit of a mix, that, mate. Yeah. So what do you do then? What do you do for a living?
I'm running a gym. It will open soon in about a month. I do some online coaching as well and some personal training. Mm-hmm. But the focus for the past 3 months, it's been in a new gym that a few friends of mine, alongside myself, we are open up. Empire Gym.
Okay.
It's set to open end of this month. So as soon as I return from Portugal, we're going to have the big opening.
Fantastic. So do you know what it is, though? I mean, I'm from the UK, and I pretty much like to think that I know every single athlete in the UK. And I had to go to Portugal to know about you, because I didn't even know I'd never even heard of you before we met. Seriously, before we met in Portugal, I'd never even heard of you before. And then I was like, and Giles was saying, like, this guy's really good. And then obviously, we introduced you to Brandon, and you trained together, and you and Brandon like arm twins. Definitely, there was definitely some similarities going on there.
Cheers. I think that is a compliment.
So, what was that like training with Brandon then, Mr. Olympia?
Oh, it was. How can I say? It was beyond my expectations. To start with, Brandon is such a lovely guy. I mean, the guy is so humble. He's got like loads of advice. There was a moment after the training session that we sat for about 10 minutes, and he was giving me just good advice off camera about competing, what to do, where to go. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a true champion. I've always rated. I mean, I remember seeing Brandon in Muscle Development magazine back in the days when social media was not a thing. I do remember perfectly back then that I think Brandon and Phil, they made their appearance in the pro around the same period, but Brandon Curry was, how can I say, it was talked a lot more. People were talking a lot more about Brandon is going to be the next Mr Olympia. Then they were talking about Phil, but obviously it took him a while to get there, but eventually he did. I mean, on top of that, obviously, this is the guy that when we met, he was the current Mr. Olympia.
Yep.
And there's me just turning pro, feeling very small next to him. But yeah, I don't think I looked out of place. Let's put it this way.
It's funny because Zhao gave you both the blue Olympia t-shirts, and you were training. And like I said, I'll put some footage in under this, and it was like, I was like, wow, these guys look. There's not like, you wouldn't guess that one's just turned pro and one's a Mr Olympia. You really held your own, mate. So who was the strongest on curls then? Come on. Who was? Come on, tell us. Because I saw Brandon. I mean, obviously we were. Obviously Brandon was training on the tour. It was like a 7-8 day tour. And and he's like, oh yeah, he says, I'm kind of downsized now. I mean, I'm kind of just before I kind of really start my build up for the Olympia later the year. And I was like, I was expecting him because watching him train, and he's strong, man. He was lifting some decent weight, He's strong. What was it like? What was the intensity like? What did you take from the training session?
It was a good training session. I don't think it was that intense. I think that's the reason why he kind of chose arm session and I went along because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm very shy towards the cameras. One of the reasons probably why you never heard about me before is because I'm not that social media driven as well.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do a workout that, it would look good on camera. If it was like a leg session, then it would have to be a lot more hardcore. And I don't know.
Well, he trained because we went to, was it Portugal then Spain? I think we finished Spain, and he did. He trained legs with Angel Calderon, the 212, and Veronica Galago, Emilio's partner. Mm-hmm. They trained legs together, and I tell you what, they absolutely destroyed legs. That was probably 2 days after you trained arms with him. It was amazing.
That's the type of session I would not like to be recorded on camera. And all the facial expressions you get off me and all the sweat. It's them sessions you want to have off camera basically and just go all out. Yeah.
So I mean, obviously you're someone that keeps a very low profile because people are probably going to go, hey, who's this? Do you know what I mean? But obviously you're making your pro debut soon. How are you looking? How have you improved since you turned pro in 2019?
See, this is not actually my pro debut. When I turned pro in 2019, I wasn't sure if I was going to compete straight away, but then a few people suggested me, I think you should compete because, you just turned pro. You're a really good top amateur, but in all fairness, you need to go into that lineup and see how you stack.
You did it. Was this the 20? It wasn't the one that Florian won, was it? That won the amateur?
Exactly that one.
You were in that? Yeah. Okay, so what? You were the super heavyweight, he was the heavyweight, or the other way around?
No. So I won the Portuguese nationals a month before that show.
Yeah.
That's when I turned pro.
Right.
And
okay.
Then And then obviously a month later I was there at the Portuguese pro, and it was overwhelming.
4 weeks after turning pro.
Yeah, because it was a big lineup. I think there was 23 guys.
Hang on, Sergio. You had Ian Valliere, you had Samson Dauda, you had Shaban, you had Florian. Who else was in it? Who else?
Milan.
Shadek.
Milan.
Shadek.
Yeah. Shadek. We had
Lucas.
Is it the Norwegian guy?
Ole.
Yeah, he was there as well. So it was quite a very good lineup. And to be fair, I placed 11th. Mm-hmm. So bang on, like in the middle. But for me, that was a good result because considering the guys I was up against on my pro debut. Yeah. I don't think I did. I did bad. Let's put it this way.
So what's your height?
I'm 5'9".
5'9". So what did you weigh in 2019, and what are you weighing? What do you estimate you'll weigh on stage next week?
Just give me one.
Get the calculator.
Do I have the calculator with me? It's because I weighed in 2019. I was weighing myself in kilos, and now I'm doing in pounds. So,
okay.
In 2019, I weighed myself at about 110 kilos.
Okay, 230.
I'm currently now just under 250.
Oh wow!
Pounds. Yeah.
Shit.
So I'm trying to push down to about, because I still have a few days to go.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to push down to about 245.
Nice.
And then after carb up for the show, to be close to 250 on stage.
Wow. That's not small, mate. That's kind of like Brandon Curry. Because he's 5'8" and 245, 250 on stage. That's what he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yeah. I'll tell Brandon afterwards. I'll say those training tips worked.
I felt I've improved. I improved, even though we had COVID and leading to this prep, there was the lockdown that I couldn't really train properly. So I didn't really from October last year, that I had COVID during prep coming off till then the lockdowns till April this year. I didn't really have an off season because I couldn't really train properly. I didn't really have access to a gym. But I set myself that I wanted to do this 14 weeks out to the Portuguese Pro.
Yeah.
I think I felt I was in a place where I could bring an improved package.
Yeah.
So I know that there's still a lot of room for improvement in my physique at the moment, but I know, and I feel that I improved a lot since the last time I was on stage.
So who's prepping you?
So I prep myself.
Wow. Okay. Good.
Yeah, but I have someone on the side giving me an overall supervision. You know, when you need someone to tell you that you're fat and you need to do more cardio.
Yep, I had a couple of people. When I competed, I had a couple of people. I used to see one once a month. He used to come over on a Sunday, and I used to have the other one who used to look at me about twice a week, and they'd say, yeah, you've got a bit there, you need to tighten up, or you're doing great, just hold that. It's very important. I mean, I think if you've got the knowledge to prep yourself and you've got the confidence to do it, I say go for it. But you always need that someone to look at you from every angle, don't you? Because under the lights and you're pumped, you think, oh, look, amazing. And then, there's bits that aren't necessarily coming in where they should be.
Yeah, so I do have that someone that keeps an eye over me. I don't think he ever gave me a compliment.
Good.
He calls me fat all the time.
Nice. But Sergio, that's what you want. You don't want someone that's going to blow smoke up your ass, and just say Sergio, you look amazing. And then you get on stage and then you're like, oh, and then there's, it's disappointment. You want someone that's really going to just go, okay, got a fair way to go yet, mate, and then obviously when you really start suffering and, the head games kick in, I think it's important to have someone that can be really brutally honest with you. So when do you fly out to Portugal, mate?
So I'm flying out on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, Thursday evening I'm flying out. Then I have to go to do my registration on Friday morning. And then the remaining 2 days, just, doing the last bits to go on stage on Sunday. Hopefully, I'll do well. Don't ask me who's going to compete.
I was just about to ask you that. I was just saying, come on, who's the lineup? Who have you, So, are you staying at your mum's?
I'm one of them that I try not to look too much onto who's going to turn up.
Smart.
Because, that just makes your mind. I know a couple of guys that are competing there on my lineup. They're pretty good. One just competed recently at Puerto Rico and he's looking really, really good.
Can you name him?
One of the Brazilian guys, what's his name? He did his pro debut at Puerto Rico.
William Martins.
Yeah.
Good condition.
Good condition. I was really impressed. In my opinion, I think he should have placed higher, but
So does he speak English?
Martin.
Yeah, William Martins. Yeah, because I messaged him and I said, "How's he spoken English?" and he hasn't messaged me back yet.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so because it was not long ago that I've seen him on YouTube being interviewed by Dave Palumbo.
Oh, okay.
And I think they had a translator, him and his coach.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think he speaks English. Yeah.
Excellent. So cool. Are you staying at your mum's house?
No, this time around I'm not staying at mum's house.
Come on. Why not?
Yeah,
down the road.
I need a little bit more privacy and more.
Okay.
And more zen. I need to focus.
Yeah.
No distractions. I said to mum that I might just pop in for a quick visit on Friday, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Until Monday, she won't see me again.
Oh, she's not coming to the show. She's not coming to the show in Portugal.
No, unfortunately, no, she won't. But I've got a few friends. My brother is coming to watch me.
Awesome.
Yeah, should be interesting.
And are you excited about the venue and that revolving stage coming up through the ground, mate? I mean, that must be a huge draw for any competitor, any pro wanting to compete at that venue. Because I've been to that venue. Zhao took us. He took me and Brandon. He took us to the venue and he said that's where the James Bond film was made, the casino, and it was spectacular. All the fountains outside, the stage that comes up on the hydraulics. Wow.
I've competed there before on that same venue, and we had the same setup. It was the WABA Universe 2018.
Oh, wow.
I think, and it was absolutely brilliant. I came third to you probably know the winner at the time.
That's him.
Molnak.
Oh,
Peter Molnak.
Peter Molnar.
Yeah.
The classic guy. The classic. He was 212. Then he went to classic, didn't he? I mean, he's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But what was that like? That stage being on that? I mean, those kind of theatrics and I've seen the lighting and I mean, you must be excited about competing there again.
Yeah. I am. As I said, like it's a beautiful venue. The show is very well organized. Mm-hmm. You got to give a lot of credit to the crew that is organizing that show. Everything runs smoothly, on time as well, and and the lighting is because you have the lighting on stage, but you also have around where in the seated area. Yeah. You still have the same effect all around. So, it's really cool venue.
Nice. Well, we'll be watching the live stream anyway. So, because I spoke to Zhao the other day and he said there's going to be a live stream. It's only like €10 or something. It's incredible. So,
yeah.
So, I'm really excited, mate. And also, are you going to be doing I heard you're doing the Arnold UK as well. Is that correct?
Well,
come to the UK. Come on.
Well,
hang on. Why am I saying come to the UK? You're from the UK. What am I talking about? I'm stuck on Portugal.
Well, look, let's just put it this way. I sent my application to compete at the Arnold UK. Mm-hmm. The first reply I had from them was that I hadn't registered my pro card at the time yet.
Okay.
And once I did, I didn't hear from them since. So I don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if they're watching this, maybe you can get it sorted because I'd love to see you compete at the Arnold UK.
It's not really up to me. I want to compete at the Arnold UK because, as I said, like Portugal and UK are my home nations. Yeah. And to be fair, I think I do have a bigger audience in UK than I have in Portugal.
And you know what? I think if you get a good placing in Portugal, I think they're going to be on the phone to you. So I think that's very important because thing is, you know, your UK fans and UK friends and everything, we supporters, they'll want to see you compete in the Arnold, mate, in the UK because it's very important. It's the first time we've had the Arnold in the UK. So I think I think they'd be crazy to not have you on there, mate. So I think it's just, is it just because you're just not very well known? Maybe, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've not competed with two bros yet. I meant to compete last year, as I said to you.
Okay.
But then I got COVID. And probably, I'm not that social media public figure like most people, very well known. But I do feel that the Arnold UK being the only IFBB Pro show in the UK, I think every single UK athlete wants to be part of it. Yeah. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I look at the lineups; they all look very small. I don't understand why. I'm sure they had a lot more applications than what they selected. So I don't know what was the criteria behind it. But yeah. I'll see how I get on in Portugal. Hopefully I'll get the invite.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. Right. Finally, any thank yous or shout outs you want to give to anyone before I let you go? Yes.
I'd like to thank all the crew in Portugal for Big Evolution. They always have my backing and they always help me every time I'm there competing. To my main sponsor, Optimus Gym. To Mika and all the crew there, and to my new place of work, Empire Gym.
Nice.
Where hopefully I'll get to see a lot of people coming to train and see me and enjoy a little bit of a good atmosphere.
Fantastic. All right then, mate. Well, I wanted to get you on because I think it's important to give, the Mr. Under the radar guys like yourself. I think it's important to give you guys promotion so everyone has that equal opportunity to be known before they make it to the stage. And so I wish you all the best. I'm incorrect. I thought it was your pro debut, but I've actually completely forgot. I think you did tell us actually in Portugal that you'd done the Portugal show. So it'd be great to see you back on stage, mate. And I can't wait to see what you've got to show us because sounds like you've been making some serious gains since 2019, mate.
Well, I hope so. I hope it will be enough.
Yeah. All right then, mate. Well, thank you so much for coming on MD Globe Muscle and all the best for Portugal in 1 week's time.
A week time, yeah, exactly a week time, yeah.
Shit, 7 days. Oh,
yeah, it was my pleasure, and I hope we'll have another interview with a very good reason for it.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, if you get the invite to the Arnold UK as well, so really hope you can. I'd love to see you do that show. Actually, it'd be very, very cool. So, Sergio Lima, thank you so much for coming on MD Globe Muscle, and I'll speak to you very soon.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Sergio. Bye. And welcome back to MD Globe Muscle here at the Unrise Media Studio with me, your host, Giles, and we're joined all the way from Omaha, the champ, Michaela Aycock.
I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Micheala, how does that sound, the champ? How does that sound? Does that sound good ring to it?
It sounds amazing. It feels amazing. It's one of those things that like you train for and you work for. And you manifest and you pray for it, and when it gets here, even though you prepared for it, you're still, like inside, it's like shell shock. So it takes you a little bit to soak in.
So now, I mean, you're still at the hotel room, aren't you? Because I can see your luggage.
Yes, we're actually like packed up, getting ready to go. But you were like, when you messaged me, I was like, let's just do it right now.
Yeah. Oh, this is fantastic because I like to get the kind of the energy of like, the kind of, it's great. It's great. So now to give some backstory, you were in women's physique. I remember seeing you at the 2017 Tampa in women's physique.
Yes.
And you were very successful as a women's physique. Do you want to give us a bit of contest history as a women's physique?
Yeah, so absolutely. So I did my first women's physique show in 2015.
Wow.
And I won that, and thereafter I turned pro at the USA's in 2015, which was just like a week or two after. So it was a fast rise, and then the following year I made my pro debut, and I was third there. And then a couple of weeks later, I won my first pro show, and made it to the Olympia in my pro debut year. So it was a fast rise. And then the following year, I fell short a couple times because I did some later shows. So I was second, here and there. I didn't quite make that qualification. And then 2018 really took off for me. Beginning of 2018 at the Arnold. And then I won the Hawaii Pro, and then I went to the Olympia and got sixth there. So it was a good run.
What I'm trying to remember if it was 2018 or 2019. Remember, I messaged you and I said that the look you brought to that Olympia was. I remember I said it wasn't like a hard look, and I thought it really suited your physique. I think it really helped your lines. Was that what year was it? I messaged. Can you remember? Was it 2018 or 2019?
Yeah, it would have been 2018, I believe.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was a beautiful look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then fast forward to 2019, I had surpassed the women's physique criteria. Like with me, I'm someone that really invests within my training. And I train really hard. So I didn't quite consider, potentially even outgrowing the division because, I'm a very small and petite girl in person. Mm-hmm. So when I look at myself, I'm not around other bodybuilders or anything like that. So when I look at myself and I'm like, I'm 120 pounds, I'm not too big. I'm not too much. So, I got on stage, but, respectfully so, the judges give me their feedback, and I go off of that. So I respect what they say. And, I had surpassed the criteria there in 2019, and their recommendation for me was to move up to women's bodybuilding. So here I am. It was great to see you make the switch, but was the Olympia coming back, the female bodybuilding coming back to the Olympia a factor in your decision to switch? Oh, of course. I mean, it wasn't the only factor, but of course, that's like a very sentimental, type thing because you want to go to the Olympia, you want to be in the Super Bowl of bodybuilding, absolutely. Yeah.
So, did you like the new look of the female body? Because I think it's got a little bit of a different look to when they stopped it in 2014. That's my personal point.
I like what they are trying to do with it and what they are talking about they want to do with it, like a more streamlined look, focusing on conditioning and not so much size. Because for me, I am definitely a smaller girl, but something with me that I want to focus on is continuing to improve my top to bottom balance and my symmetry, and really, really ride that wave of my strong suits in terms of the condition that I can get into, and just continue to keep perfecting my physique in the areas that I need it versus just I like to say better, not bigger.
So you won the Omaha Pro yesterday. Tell us what it was like. Was it a good experience?
It was absolutely a good experience. It was a great show here, great venue. Yeah. Like I said, I was one of those. I'm one of those people that I just kind of stay quiet and got to work. I haven't competed since 2019. Yeah. So I tucked away. I did the things necessary, and like I said, it's something that you work smarter, not harder. So there were times that I just had to completely take off training from that, to balance my body. Mm-hmm. And then I got back to it and got to training just legs for a while to bring up my lower body and match. So my upper is actually a tick smaller than it was in 2019, but since my balance is so much better, it all flows very well. So now I feel like I can take this balance that I have, and continue to just tweak it here and there and improve.
Did you? I don't know whether you saw yesterday, but before you won, you posted the hotel room rear double bicep.
Yeah.
And I posted it on MD Glow Muscle, and I reshared it to MD, and I said, the condition. Melvin Anthony commented, Chris Cormier liked it, and it got a really big response, because I honestly, my eyes popped out on stalks when I saw that picture. I was just like, that level of conditioning that's not hard for even guys to get. And obviously women have naturally higher body fat. So I saw that and it completely blew my socks off.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's really awesome to me. And I'm someone that truly, I never I don't ever want to say proud of myself, because of course I'm proud of all my efforts and I know the work that I put in. But at the same time, I'm someone that's always chasing more, chasing better, chasing more. But this has been a moment where I have been like kind of amazed, like I'm not comfortable, like I'm still striving for more and striving for better always. But this has been a moment for me because I prepped myself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For my first time ever. So it's like I get chills thinking about it because it's been this truly incredible process where I've just been extremely meticulous with myself and just watched myself and seen how I progress, seen how I respond. And truthfully, like it's been an extremely smooth process. And like I do want to say, like there's a lot of, like in air quotes, must-haves that a lot of people think you have to have in bodybuilding to get into certain condition or certain musculature. And you don't, this stuff can be pretty simple, if you really pay attention and you really work hard. I know that sounds cliche, but I am living, breathing proof of that. So you put your head down and work and you'll get it done.
I don't think I've actually, when someone says they've gone and they've prepped themselves, I was thinking as you're talking there, has anyone ever come back better? Sometimes you see them and they look as good or not quite as good, but to actually see you come back like that, like you did in that real bicep hotel room shot, I mean, that was like a holy shit moment. It really was.
Trust me, this whole process, like, my mom is my ear all the time. She gets to hear me, complain and critique myself every single day. So it wasn't a process of like, wow, I'm amazing, or wow, it's like, I don't know if I like this, or I don't know if I'm going to be worthy enough, or, just like I have a winner's mentality, but within that, I'm very critical of myself. So it was just one of those things but it's like, keep doing what I'm doing, and show up. That's why, like, I didn't show any pictures leading into this because like, I didn't know. It's like, I'm going to get up there and I'm going to show up. And if I'm worthy of a win, it's like, I told my mom the other day, it's like, you never know what to expect. I work for this and I'm confident enough to, that I work for this, but I'm humble enough to know that nothing, is guaranteed and nothing is owed to me. So when I show up, I'm going to get what I worked for and, go from there. So we showed up and we got the job done and it feels pretty darn good.
Oh, thing is, like they say that, when competitors say when they're ready, they go, oh, my hamstrings and my glutes are dug in. I thought, like, when you look at the tie-ins in your brachialysis and your biceps, everything was dug in there. It really, and now because your back has always been a strong body part. I remember when I saw it at the Tampa, and it was like your radial biceps incredible, but now you look a lot more balanced because your arms and your legs. There's a lot. Like you said, that technique of just doing your legs and everything else. It's that you definitely have got more balance now.
Yes, and I'll be honest, like. It was hard for me because like I am definitely someone that just likes to work, but part of, doing what it takes and whatever it takes is, sometimes pulling back, where needed and focusing on other areas where needed. So I did it and I just did it like extremely meticulously and just watched myself and doubted myself at times, and but it came through.
So before you got announced first, for this year, what shows did you have planned? Was it just Omaha or did you have a few planned? I've asked something now.
So I'll be honest. So I got into this and I was like, I'm going to put all my eggs into this and just see what happens. So I was actually preparing for Tampa Pro. Okay. And several weeks, about 3 weeks out of here in Omaha, I seen that like my condition, was coming in rather quickly. Yeah. And since I had improved my lower body so much, and I knew that if I risked over dieting or prolonging the process, I could potentially risk those legs. And I knew if I lost any bit of my legs, that's a very important factor of my physique right now. Yeah. So I opted to make the decision to go ahead and come into Omaha. I didn't change a thing within my plan to come into here as what I was preparing, for Tampa. I didn't change a thing within my plan. I came into this show. I did not do any kind of peak week magic. I wrote in with my same exact daily diet. Trust me, I was pounding my head against the wall. Brilliant. I was like, you have all these things that, you're supposed to do the week of the show, but it's like, I was waking up every day looking better. So I just trusted my plan and I rolled in. I pulled a little bit of water back the day before, and I got on stage and it worked.
So you didn't do any last kind of voodoo at the last minute. You prepped yourself. You switched categories. That's wow.
It was the most unconventional, but I don't want that to sound like it was any less work, It was just unconventional to what the quote unquote norm had been for me. And so, but it worked,
So now you got the win. I take it you've not signed any other contracts for any other events?
No, sir. So like I was potentially still going to do Tampa, but also like one of those things is important to me, in terms of doing what's best for my physique, what's best for my health, what's best for, of course, the Olympia. That's the biggest. So Tampa's in another 4 weeks. So it's like I tossed around the idea of still potentially doing it because I love Tim Gardner. I love Tim Gardner's shows.
Yeah.
They're cool. And awesome. It's right there. It's right there in my hometown. But so is the Olympia. The Olympia is in Florida this year. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and, put my eggs into the basket of the Olympia and, get ready for that. So
I'm amazed at how many girls are jumping ship now. Because they originally brought a women's physique, I think, to almost kind of discard the female bodybuilding, but female bodybuilding kept going, and now female bodybuilding's back at the Olympia. It's the opposite's happening. Girls, ladies, jumping from like yourself from women's physique to bodybuilding, and they're loving it because they don't. I mean, did you prep any differently as a female bodybuilder than you did as a women's physique?
I did not. Oh wow. Well, I mean, whole prep was different, but I just prep myself to what I feel I look best.
Okay.
Yeah. So my training was different, but I actually trained less this time, because I was balancing my physique. So this one was hard to tell in terms of what would be different from women's physique to women's bodybuilding. But ultimately for me, it's always just been about, training, as hard as, the training the way that I love and training hard. But now it's more so that I've advanced. It's more so training extremely meticulously to what is best suited for my physique.
Yeah.
Especially in terms of women's bodybuilding, because like I said, I am a smaller physique. So, my strong suits are going to be, trying to maintain my symmetry and my balance and keep my waist tight and continue to add tweaks here and there, size where needed. And like I said, better, not bigger, and just continue to ride my strengths. I'll
tell you a good example of someone that got better, not bigger, and did well from physique to women's bodybuilding was Micheala Aycock.
Yes.
See, there's someone that didn't have to supersize to do because she won the New York Pro, she got fourth in the Olympia, and she's pretty much it was not like she took a couple of years off to come back as a bodybuilder. She was pretty much, she was competing that season as a women's physique, and then just decided to try a hand, and then did very well and won the New York Pro.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that was awesome.
Yeah.
She's a streamlined physique, so she's great physique.
But the point is, it's like, it proves that you ladies can jump over and still do very well, without having to, like you said, take a couple of years off to try and adjust to what you feel is the criteria.
Right, absolutely. I think it's all about the look on stage because, like I said, I'm a very small physique off stage. Honestly, backstage, a lot of majority of the women's physique athletes, to stand next to are a lot bigger than me.
Yeah.
But once you get on stage, it's about how your body comes alive and how it looks on stage. And so that's what I didn't realize in 2019. But now I definitely realize, the difference and I respect the judging criteria, so I really want to follow that.
Awesome. Going back to that readable bicep, the one I posted, I'm assuming you literally just got your tan on. What was your reaction when you saw that? Because I've seen it. I remember when I did a show and I looked at the pictures and I was like, who's that? And he went, that's you, because you don't see your back until you see yourself in a photograph. So what was your reaction? Did you look at that and were you shocked at what you were seeing, thinking, whoa, were you, tell us.
No,
love it.
I don't say that, in a way that, I know I look like this. I say that in a way that I am extremely critical.
Right.
So
okay.
It's one of those things to where it's like, okay, this is good, but is it good enough? So it's like, this is good for me. I look good. I was extremely happy with my process and the way that things had gone. But in my eyes, it doesn't matter until I get on stage and, and get the approval from the judges.
Yeah. So what's the game plan for the Olympia now? I assume you're shutting it down till the Olympia.
Yep. So just writing into that, just more of the same. Honestly, what I've been doing has been working. So obviously just continuing with the training that I'm training, and I want to still get some feedback from some judges and see the areas that I can improve, from this showing leading into the Olympia in terms of like their criteria and just their preference, and, continuing to just tweak my physique for that.
I mean, it really comes down to, from what you can do until now to the Olympia, it purely is like tweaking your physique, because your conditioning was perfect. Your conditioning literally was bang on. I mean, there's nothing, you could not say, I want to be drier for the Olympia, because it's not possible.
Right. Trust me, I'll have like the extreme pressure on myself, especially like doing it myself, like, oh, I got to match that, or, I got to improve upon that, or, so I'll have a lot of pressure. I always have a lot of pressure on myself. It's self-induced for sure. But I use it towards the positive, so it's really just, like I said, more of the same. And I'll let myself come up, because it's obviously not good to stay this level of body fat from now until then, because I would just ride my physique into the ground, So I have to up, in terms of, and like I'm extremely healthy, but, in terms of a body fat healthy, come up and then, just pull back down for the Olympia.
How many weeks are we there from the Olympia? Is it 12 or 13 now?
13.
What? Yeah, perfect timing for you to get a win in this far out. It gives you a bit of time to take how long would you take off? Technically, not take off, but back off a little bit. How many weeks are you going to back off for?
I would say, because like I gave myself 20 weeks to prep for Tampa, and Tampa's in 4 more. So that was coming from, a prolonged time off. So I was able to do that. 16 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say give myself maybe like 6 weeks of a rise time is what I would say, because like I don't take a break on like training and stuff like that. But like 6 weeks of maybe like a surplus in my calories, and then like just see where I'm at from there, and then start coming back down. Obviously, like it's just a matter of watching. Like I watch myself every single day. I take pictures every single day, videos, and just watch my physique and as it responds, and just continue to tweak from it. So it's really just a matter of my body's response.
Aside from yourself, who would you like to thank? Because you prepped yourself. I'd like to thank me.
Myself. No, I do. I want to thank God. If I keep saying it on these interviews and on my posts, but by the grace of God, I'm here. Mm-hmm. It's been a long road to come here, and everybody has their individual story. And so there's some really special people in my life that are the only ones that know mine, and that's my mom and my dad and my best friend. They've been with me through this whole process, and they know what it truly took to get here. There was a lot of turmoil, but it led to triumph. Not within my prep exactly, but just within the past couple of years, just within life in general. But that's the way the story goes. That's the way a lot of great stories go. Yeah. And I was fortunate enough and blessed enough to for mine to pay off and come to fruition, and all the work that I did. I obviously want to thank like the IFBB and the judges. Without them, obviously we wouldn't have the platform to do this.
Yeah.
And honestly, like as silly as it may sound, I want to thank the competitors that I competed against, because like without second place, third place, 10th place, there is no first. So, like those guys, like I'm just as grateful as them as I am for anybody else, so, and just like, I'm grateful for everyone. Like I told some people last night, like I'm grateful for the expediters, the people that have
yeah. Oh, I love it.
Vacuum the floor, it's like, I want to hug all.
especially because of the last year and a half. I think just to see these events still going ahead despite everything, because thing is like even like promoters. I mean, these are big financial commitments, for venues, and some events they've got to have restrictions on numbers, and and it's like it's a big leap of faith for them. So it's always good to give acknowledgement to those people, because they're not making millions from this. They need to, it's a risk, especially during the times we've had in the last year and a half.
Absolutely. And like I said, like just like people don't know, and people don't have to know, but just like people don't know our own individual stories on what it takes to get to the stage, people don't know what it takes for those judges to prepare that stage, or the promoters to prepare that stage, or the IFBB to prepare that stage. So we all have a story.
So when's your flight home?
Here in just a bit.
Okay. And is Melissa going to say hello?
What did you say?
Is Melissa going to say hello?
If I can pry her over.
Because your mum always checks
Mom's
the...
got to make an appearance, right?
Melissa Aycock always says, hello. There she is. Because your mum always checks the Global Muscle stories.
Yes.
Melissa Aycock, the big smiley...
I tell you what, she is bodybuilding's biggest fan and critic.
Oh, love it. Well, we appreciate the support, and we appreciate the follow and all that. And so you must be very proud, Melissa.
Yes, I am very proud.
Lower your face, please. I want to see your eyes. Right, okay. Yeah, so, wow, fantastic. Well, what a fantastic weekend. Going home on a win, and you got 13, 14 weeks there to prep for the Olympia. So, Melissa, thank you for doing this at short notice, because we were going to film this tomorrow, but it saves us having to set everything up and everything. So I really appreciate the short notice and the spontaneity. And
I mean, it's awesome. I love it.
So, okay, then I'll...
Something that I want to do is, just not just represent myself on stage, but represent myself in, the federation and the division, to the best of my ability, both on and off stage. So, doing stuff like this, putting women's bodybuilders out there, I genuinely appreciate that, for all platforms, all divisions. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Melissa, Micheala. Bye, Mum. Micheala, thank you so much for coming MD Global Muscle, and I'll let you catch your flight, and I look forward to seeing you on stage at the Olympia in 3 months.
Very much. Forward to it. Hopefully we get to do another.
All right. Thank you so much, you both. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the On the Rise Media Studio with me, your host, Giles Thomas, and we're joined for this very special historical bodybuilding segment, 1983 Mr Olympia, Samir Bannout, and bodybuilding historian John Hansen.
All right.
Hey.
Good to be here.
Giles, John, good to see you guys.
Yep, Samir.
You guys too.
Thank you so much for joining.
Wait, 1 second. I see that's not in your office. I see John's pictures on the wall. I thought that was your office, and you don't have my pictures on. I was going to get offended.
So
anyway, how's everything? How you guys keeping after all this madness that we've been going through?
John?
Almost over, hopefully, right?
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's hope. It's just a lot better here in Southern California.
Yeah.
But, now they're talking about Delta. And they think of the Delta, I'm thinking about side lateral raises. Delta. Anyway, I don't know, man.
Right.
I don't know. I listen. It said this is coming from your side, Giles.
Yeah. I'm interviewing you two guys, right? Okay. I want to go work through some topics from bodybuilding history, because we've all been around a while, and I want to get started. The first one I want to get started on is posing, and I want to go right through the 3 decades: 70s, 80s, and 90s. Who was the best poser of the 1970s? And that's to you, Samir, first.
I'm very critical about that topic, and there's 2 type of poser. There's like Kai Green posing and more entertaining. There's the Frank Zane style, and there's the Makawi style, and there's the Samir style. I mean, there's a couple. I'm more leaning toward Makawi and Frank Zane. To me, being impressing the audience with performance such as dancing a little bit here and there, to me, I don't really, that don't impress me, although I think they do a good job and entertaining. But for me, the posing, the style that, let's say, Makawi does, he just grab it from the heart, every pose, in the transition, and he really let his body speaks. So for me, you don't have to do the funky chicken to impress me. I'm more Zane and Makawi, So I would say Makawi is numero uno, and Zane is by a hair right behind. And the reason why I say these 2 guys, because even some top pro, I'm not going to mention their name, and a lot of people think they're a great poser. But I can pick him up, and I can see some mistake in the positioning, whether it's on your toes, whether it's your knee bent a little bit, whether it's... So the only one that really take perfect score, Frank Zane, Makawi, because you could say perfect, complete. I'll give him like the highest score.
John?
70s, I would go with Ed Corney. Ed Corney was the master poser. He was the one that taught all of us how to pose. And then if we go to 80s, I would say Micheala, because Micheala really came into his own in the 80s, I think. You know, he was competing in the 70s, he was good.
Yeah.
But in the 80s, I think he really got good.
I have to answer back that I witnessed Ed Corney, rest in peace. I was in Columbus, Ohio, was at 78 doing the International of the Universe.
Yeah.
And honestly, he gave me the chill.
Me too.
Know, Ed, rest in peace, is an incredible poser. He is incredible, the way he moves, robotic. But sometimes when I say posing, there is no error in each position, whether it's a three-quarter back shot, whether it's a side tricep. There's absolutely perfect poses. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, based on that, I mean, definitely Corney, he is way, way up there with Zayn and Micheala. That's my opinion. But I would actually give him, if I have to judge them all together, I would put Corney right there as my third.
Okay.
No disrespect.
Would you say Corney had the best transitions?
Who?
Corney. Would you say Ed Corney had the best transitions from pose to pose?
He had incredible transition because you see the way he moved. He doesn't. You can't fault him. I would say the best transition would be right up there, him and Micheala, and definitely Frank. You know, it's pretty close in the transition department now.
What about the 90s then?
I would say maybe Sean Ray or Lee Labrada. Lee Labrada, Sean Ray. Yeah. I think Lee Labrada. Probably.
You know, it's funny. I used to help Lee Labrada back in the days.
Oh.
Did some posing with him.
Wow. I didn't know that.
And you know, the thing is with Lee Labrada, very, very intelligent champion, great physique. He's smart. You know, when Lee, let's say, when you think Lee is good, he personally think he's not good enough. He wants to improve. So Lee's idea, you know, what Lee did with his size and with his, you know, he's not the biggest guy out there, but because he know how to do perspective with poses and how to move, definitely, you know, for me, when I met Lee in the very beginning, he was a good poser. Then we did some posing together when I was in Texas. And then when he moved to California, he was going all the way to Frank's End. He drove all the way to Palm Springs because he knew he can get that extra improvement from Frank. And you know what? To me, that's a smart guy.
Yeah.
To me, that's a smart guy.
You
know, for example, go ahead.
I didn't know Lee went to Frank Zane as well as yourself.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, that's the truth. I mean, I on the record now, and I'm saying it because I'm aware of it. And so, you know, Labrada is a smart bodybuilder, okay? And you know, he was a runner-up several times. He almost won in Rimini. And you know what? The elegant of showing it. So, you know, he's masterful with that. You don't catch Lee Labrada. He's standing back, and let's say they have John and me and let's say Albert Beckles on stage. And even in the background, Lee Labrada, he stands prepared, flexing his abs and thigh. You never catch him looking like a yo-yo. He doesn't do that.
Right.
So those are the guys that you have to look at. Frank Zane does that. Yeah. Micheala does that. And I try to do that too. So definitely Lee is a great poser. Yes.
Agree, John?
Oh, yeah. I think all these guys took it to another level. I mean, I think McAway learned from Corney, and I think Labrada learned from McAway. So it's like they all did amazing posing. The transitions, and then they started using music. You know, if you go back to Corney's day, they weren't using music back then. But in the 1980s, they started using music with their posing routine. So that, you know, McAway took it to another level because he would use that classical posing or classical music. He would choreograph his routines to that, and it was amazing. I mean, like Samir said, you get chills when you watch McAway or Corny. And I got to see Corny pose also in the late 70s at the Mr. Olympia.
Wow.
And standing ovation, man. It was like unbelievable. And this is no music, Giles.
Wow,
this is just him out
that's
there
incredible.
posing.
So Samir, what? When did they?
You know, we're talking. I forgot to say. I have to agree with Jean too in regard to Sean Ray, because Sean was another smart guy. He knew how to really move and show his strength in every pose.
Yeah.
And his transition was smooth. You know, sometimes he does some of those songs, love song and whatever. But I mean, for me, I like to use the music powerful, like the one Macaulay used, for example.
Yeah.
It is more power. I don't want to use singing, you know. Anyway, you know what's so funny? Lee Haney's my favorite music. I gave him that music. It become his forever.
Which one? The Excalibur one?
You know Haney? Yeah, Haney used that particular music always.
Yeah.
So he visited me one time in Marina Del Rey with his wife Shirley, and we went out to eat. And so we're listening. I said, Lee, what do you think? He said, oh, wow. I said, you know what, dude? It's yours.
Oh, wow. So that was 86 and 91, wasn't it? You used it.
That was actually 1983. I was Mr. Olympia and he wasn't, but we're still buddy. That's why I love Lee Haney. He's a great gentleman. And so, yeah, speaking of music, you know, we put so much focus on picking up the right music. So I like solid music, powerful, classical, and, you know, when you use love songs and stuff like that, I don't know, it doesn't fit too much.
So what was the year that they introduced music, and who decided that? Do you know who?
I would say 79 started to do music, because in the international I didn't use music. I remember when they said to use music, I was listening to, you know, the band Rush, Canadian band. And I picked up the music from the middle of a song that was really, really great. So I used it I was in Louisiana, somewhere in New Orleans. And that music killed everybody. I mean, that people went on the chair. That was great response from the audience. And I practiced it. My crazy thing is about my posing. I never really practice and do choreography. I just go up there, I hear the music once or twice, and I go. It's natural.
Wow.
But Macaulay, Labrada, they really practice and follow the beat, which is, I should have done more of that. But I was thinking, I know how to control it, no problem.
So one question: how did you? Was it on an 8-track tape or something? How did you get the music to them, or was it a 12-inch LP? Or
8-track tape.
Wow, 8-track.
Yeah, cassette tape. It had to be a cassette tape.
Cassette tape, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it was actually 1980. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I think 79 because
79. Okay.
79 or 80 because 80. This is the first time really I picked up posing music. You're right. I think 1980, John.
Yeah, because I remember at the Olympia that year, everybody had their music.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Giles, do you know what song? Do you know what posing routine Samir's talking about? He posed in 1981 to that song he was talking about. And it came out. I don't know if you ever heard. You can see this video. I think it's on YouTube somewhere.
I'm going to look for it.
It starts off real slow, and then there's it sounds like there's birds in the background, and then all of a sudden you hear like a ding. And when he hit ding, Samir hit the pose. But then later on in the song, it goes boom, and then Samir
boom.
I think you hit your rear lat spread or something. Oh my God, the crowd reaction was unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah, I timed it good because you know what, John? Because I listened to Rush. I have all their album, and this song called "Farewell to the King."
Yeah.
And even Chicago Bull. After I did, I swear to you, Chicago Bull used either this music or something identical from another artist. What's his name? Jay Giles? No. But anyway, my music came out of the Farewell to the King. And because I heard that song so many times, so I knew exactly when the beat was going to go like boom, boom, on time. And the audience went freaked out. They really went crazy.
I've got this is one of the final questions, but I think it's relevant now. What's the weirdest posing music and posing routine you've ever witnessed?
The weirdest?
Yeah, the weirdest. The one that everyone went, okay. The head shaker. I know. I think I'm going to guess what one of you are going to say.
Bob Birdsong close to
Yes!
Ghostbusters.
1984.
That one got some head shaking in the audience for sure.
I've seen many weird stuff, so
Yeah.
But I remember that thing that was Bob Birdsong. Nobody was. I remember the French bodybuilder in '83. What's his name? The
Jacques
French
Neville.
bodybuilder at the time.
Jacques Neville.
Jacques Neville.
Jacques Neville.
Yeah.
So Jacques Neville, and then another French bodybuilder. Both had some main problem. I don't know what it was. It was like my speaker's phone or whatever. It's like it was goofed up.
Yeah.
So what happened? It was like doing a back pose when he turned. It's like his leg cramped, and both of them the same exact area. So it's kind of when the music is going one way and you're going another way. It's kind of look to me.
Who was the other guy? Gerard Benoit? Was that
Gerard Benoit? He was really, really ripped, but his posing was kind of off the wall. Not good enough.
Yeah, they were both in the '83 Olympia. I remember that.
Okay, the next question.
So, okay. I'm going to ask John a question. Top 5 best poser of all time.
Top 5 in order?
Top 5. Don't mention me because you don't need to do that. I'm not in there. But who's your top 5?
All right. McAway, Labrada, Corny. Zane.
Come on, man. You got to put Arnold there. Arnold showed strength. And Arnold never showed weakness. This, by the way, Arnold is an intelligent poser.
Yeah.
He never hit stupid shot or he looked bad in any shot.
Right.
Same with anyway, go ahead. It's your answer, not mine.
Yeah, I would put Arnold in the top 5. Let's see, who else would I put up
What
there?
about more modern day bodybuilders, like 90s guys maybe?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Flex Wheeler was great.
Yeah.
Right? Sean Ray was great.
Yep.
Ronnie wasn't a good poser.
Nope. I'm going to tell him.
All right.
I'm going to tell him you said that. Ronnie Coleman.
He knows.
I'm going to ring him now. I'm going to call him now.
Oh, my God. Yes. It's amazing. One time, I'm going to say this on the record, and I don't really care, but it's not in a derogatory way or in a hateful way. So one time I had a conversation with Frank Zane. And Frank goes, Samir, I asked Mr. Olympia, what's his name? What's wrong with me today? You know what? I didn't have breakfast. That's why I was kind of...
Breakfast.
Mr. Olympia 2008.
Dexter.
Sorry, Dexter. I'll never forget this. But anyway, Dexter was great. He won the Olympia that year. And then Frank Zane offered Dexter to give him additional help posing tips. And then Dexter didn't really jump on that opportunity. And he said, Samir, do you believe it? That I said, honestly, I think Dexter, he's not sharp about letting that go. This is a great opportunity when you work with Frank Zane. And like I said, even Labrada, who's also super good poser, he went to Zane and he felt he could polish it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then, Dexter turned down that offer. And I said, Frank, I don't know what you're thinking, but even me right now, if Frank want to improve me to do better, I'll do it. I sincerely mean that. So some people think they don't really put so much emphasis on posing, but I think it does make the difference.
Do you think it's a lost art?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Totally a lost art. And there's a couple guys out there now that are doing better posing, I mean, Terrence Ruffin, of course, he's really good. But what
beautiful.
What a lot of guys aren't doing, Giles, that I noticed is they might be doing technically better posing. They're not using the right music, and they're not bringing the emotion in to the posing like they should be. Yeah. And that's what makes a great posing routine. When you can move the audience with your posing, that's what makes a great poser. So it's more than just doing the poses correctly and having the transitions. That's one part of it. And having the right music and then
that's why I like Kevin Navrone, because he was very emotionally into the music. Sorry, Samir.
Yeah, Kevin was also good in performing. He was good. He knew how to move around, and he was good. But listen, I know you're a bodybuilding champion, and I know you're another bodybuilding champion. Both of you have been there, done that. For me, posing, it's not just go up and hit. You should only do the poses that's suitable, that make you look 10. Any poses that makes it look like 5. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Because I know this guy who have a lot of followers. I'm not gonna say his name, and he claimed to be a great poser. But I see him. He go like this and like this. Don't do it with your spaghetti biceps. Don't do that. When you have a spaghetti arms, you just hide them.
Yeah.
You don't go like this. It's like, what you trying to do? You're impressing us with your move. That's why Arnold was great, because Arnold, when he hit the shot, he showed his big arm and chest.
So
he moved and showed. Like, for example, no disrespect for his side tricep pose, but you see Arnold hitting the side tricep?
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that. I never seen him hit an actual side tricep. He always does the arms out. It did, sorry.
Why? Because he's smart.
Yeah.
Because, his side triceps may be an 8. He won't want to do an 8. He wants to do a 10.
Yeah.
Right.
Every pose.
Another guy that was really good, Samir, was Boyer Coe. Remember Boyer Coe?
Oh, wow, yeah. Boyer
Coe, every one of his shots was like signature Boyer Coe shots. He didn't look that good standing relaxed, but when he posed, man, he really came alive. It was unbelievable. And I remember Boyer said in an article that music is emotion. And he said, when you use music, it should be something you're really emotionally involved with, and it should really move the audience. So that's the one tip I would give to these guys coming up, is pick some really good music. Pick some good 80s songs. There's some great songs in the 80s, right? Some of these guys use this music, and I'm like, where is this coming from? It doesn't resonate. It doesn't connect with the audience at all.
100%. Completely agree. Some people nowadays say, now I started this company called Lion Bodybuilding. And what I'm doing now is really helping the kids and show them the real posing. You don't do just any pose because you see Joe Blow doing it, or you see John Hansen doing it, or if you do it, you do what's right for you. And you know what? If I talk deeply about the posing, I would love to mention that some of the pose or some of the stuff that's being done and prejudging is disastrous. It's terrible.
Why?
A lot of people, the monkey see, monkey do.
Right.
It's disgusting. I mean, for me, everything you do on stage is art. It's performing art. And some of the things, they are not sound. They're like embarrassing. This positioning is embarrassing. This positioning is disaster. Embarrassing. When people open their legs wide and go like this, why the MPC? I'm gonna sound that to Jim Mannion, because Jim, I love him, and nothing derogatory. Jimmy, please tell your head judge to instruct these people to be elegant. We need the beautiful art, and it's important. And when you see somebody posing like trying to be like 900-pound gorilla, when you lift your arms up too high, you're killing your arms. If you lift your arms up, Giles, I don't know if you agree with me. Be honest.
Yep.
When you lift your arms up, what happened to your arm? You lose the fullness, the roundness from your tricep.
So, Samir, John mentioned Terence Ruffin. Are you aware of this classic guy? Are you aware of him? Got second at the Olympia last year.
Yeah. Ruffin, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm aware of him, and I think he's doing a good job. But the thing is, posing is not like, okay, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. You do stuff like, for example, look at Bill Pearl, the great Bill Pearl. Like Bill Pearl, the way he performed his poses, just look at his standing still picture. When you grab the sledgehammer pose, okay? When Bill do an act of posing, it looks powerful, it looks classical, it looks incredible. I'm sure Bill Pearl back in the days, they didn't have that music to pose on stuff, But if Bill Burr have the right music and he want to do it, I bet you he will be like one of the greatest poser. But the thing is, back then they didn't do it. They didn't do it. But look at his pictures. Look at John Grimmett. Some of John Grimmett poses. Yeah. We cannot not mention that because I learned a lot from those positions of the great John Grimmett. Yeah. Okay, so the new school really, they need some really good polishing job. We need to clean up a little bit. With all due respect, you're talking about Ruffin. I know him. I like him. I met him. But also some of the poses that he's doing, he's not hitting the target 100%. Although he moves gracefully and he gets in great shape. But I think some of the poses has to be fit on your body exactly. Right, Giles?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Giles, another thing I want to mention here, too, is the use of somebody. All these great bodybuilders that we mentioned, they all have iconic poses that were true to them. You see that pose, you go, oh, that's an Arnold Schwarzenegger pose. That's a Boyer Coe pose. That's a Samir Bannout pose. Yeah. That's a Lee Labrada pose. And back when I went to the Mr. Olympia in the late 70s, they would start off the contest. Only see the silhouette. Came up. I'm sure you've seen pictures of that. And so they would start the show. They wouldn't introduce anybody. They would come up one by one and they would hit a pose, and the crowd would scream out, "Zane, Sicorni, Boyer." Yes, they knew them from that one pose. And that's what these guys today aren't doing. They should find out one pose that suits their physique, where they look spectacular, and that's their pose. And everybody needs to develop their own pose.
Completely agree. Yep, I agree. And welcome back to MD Globe Muscle here at the On Rise Moon Studio with me, your host, Giles Thomas, and we're joined all the way from Denver, Colorado, Brett Wilkins.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Good to be here, man. I'm really excited to be on this today.
Yeah, Brett, thank you so much for joining us. Now, I'll be honest, mate, I've been watching your progress over the last year or so, and to be honest, mate, you've blown my mind with your recent physique pictures.
I appreciate it, man. That's where I come from. Background-wise, it's I'm about putting in that work, and so quick rundown. Just I knew 2 years ago when I got done doing the 212 category, I knew that category wasn't going to be my best fit just because I wasn't maximizing my potential. So what I was able to do is I'm someone that can just kind of disappear for a while, and because I enjoyed the process. That everything goes into this lifestyle of bodybuilding. So took those 2 years off from the stage, and now coming up in two weeks out from yesterday.
Wow.
So it'll end up being probably about 30 pounds heavier. So I'll probably exactly 30 pounds heavier on stage than I was 2 years ago. And it's even cleaner and nicer. So I couldn't be happier with our decision in that way. And I kind of knew it's one of those things. It's like deep down, I always knew this was my journey. Little background here, I went pro 3 years ago. I went pro in classic physique at 190 pounds. So then we moved right immediately after going pro. We moved out here to Denver, and I jumped up to about 242 pounds within that 4 or 5 months being here. Wow. I'm having a real off season, having a real atmosphere here. And I knew I just kept looking better and better as I got bigger and bigger. And obviously I'm very specific on making sure I'm keeping the waist tight, being strategic about everything. But I just kept feeling that, I kept getting better. So I want to keep pushing this in regards to seeing how, I'm not looking at a certain weight. I'm not looking for a certain look. I just want to keep, continuing to get better and bigger. And as I've done that, it's only panned out to look overall better physique.
So you've gone through 3 categories in 3 years. 2018, you were classic. 2019, you were 212, and now you're open.
That's exactly right. So.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And do you know what? It's like you've come up so fast in 3 years. Honestly, if you see pictures of Brett, we'll edit some in, but pictures of you 3 years ago, it doesn't even look like the same person.
Yeah. No, it's been fun, man. Like I said, I've great support system around me. As my wife Ivana, she's a top competitor as well in the sport. So we're all in, and we enjoy our journey, and we get to live this together. So it makes it that much easier. And when you fully commit to something, especially when you have a significant other doing it too, and you guys are on the same page, damage, man. Like I said, we we take it very serious, and I think the results are showing across the board.
You know, actually, Ivana, your wife, she was actually one of the first females we ever had on Globe Muscle about 2 years ago. 2 years ago it was, 2019.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
Old place. We were here. I remember that.
So, I mean, you're part of the Matt Jansen team.
Yep. Been with Matt. So I actually coached myself to go in pro.
Okay.
I just, like I said, I was a big sport guy. I played college football. I studied exercise science, nutrition, minor. So I've always enjoyed the whole, the fitness aspect of everything. When I got done with football after college, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I decided to kind of do my own bodybuilding thing. Meaning, like, at that time, I just wanted to put on some weight. I graduated, this is going to blow your mind too. Graduated college at like 165 pounds. I was like a little slot receiver, kick return, that is for football, but like I was a smaller guy, but just really, really quick.
Yeah.
So I got done with that, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to run anymore. I want to put some, I want to put some muscle on. I know how to, this is what I study. So kind of started doing my own little thing there. It wasn't until I really actually met her, and she had already had gone pro at that point. That was 8 years ago. God. That she taught me how the eating aspect of bodybuilding. Because I was still doing the whole normal person 3 meals a day thing. Just training my ass off, not recovering enough. But, she taught me how to actually eat. And like, I think it was good. I remember one conversation we had after, dating for like the first 3 times or something. Like the third date, she's like, hey, like, are we gonna eat again? Like we ate like 5. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said. And she's like, yeah, it's just really awkward. Like, I need to eat more than what you do and stuff. So
wow.
That kind of kicked me in the butt a little bit in regards to going on and figuring out the nutrition aspect of like putting on good muscle. And that's where it kind of took off from there, man. Then just like unknowingly, that's when I was, that was like 2 years before I even started competing. Unknowingly, I was like training to compete. I didn't have the itch right away. And then I started doing all these like traveling with her, meeting a lot of people, got under the wing. I was training with John Meadows, Flex Lewis, those guys. And I was like really picking up things and applying to them. And I was just seeing changes like crazy and growing. So then I, decided to compete, and then that's when I did the, I didn't know much about it at that time. I knew that the classic was kind of a new category at that time, and it was where we were living at that time. There wasn't many shows, so we actually had like travel out of state to go. So
sorry, what year was this?
What's that?
What year was this?
2017 would have been the first year I competed.
Right. Okay. Wow.
So how that worked out is I talked Ivana into letting me compete because I was like,
please.
She didn't really want me to, but people were reaching out to me for like, nutrition advice, dieting advice. I'm like, I don't even know how to diet. I've never really done a true diet. So I want to do this one, I want to do it to myself. I went like trial and error. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing this. So I did it. And then I went, to that local show. I won the overall there. And then they were like, you need to go to Junior Nationals next weekend. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess like, I didn't even know that was the thing, next weekend. So we went there the following weekend. And I ended up getting third that first year. So within the week of competing, I got third at Junior Nationals.
Incredible.
And then what I did is I just waited for a whole year. I wanted to go back to Junior Nationals. So I went back to Chicago that following year, 2018, and won the overall as classic physique, weighing 195 pounds. And that really, really began the journey of what our next steps were, where we're led to now.
Yeah. Tell us about your 212 outing.
Yeah, so then right when I got done with, went pro, moved out here to Denver, which was the best move we could have ever made. That's when I started working with Matt. I ran into him. He was actually competing at USA's that year, that 2018 year in July, and I ran into him when he was right before he was going to compete and hit it off and really enjoyed, my talks with him, and so we kind of continued that. And then, decided to start working with him in a little bit of an off season. And then that's when we kind of really exploded out here right in the right environment, having this, Armbrust Pro gym out here in Denver. Great bodybuilding atmosphere, man. I can't stress it enough, the importance of creating that environment around you and having that support system, because where we were at before, we lived in Iowa, we didn't have that. Like people kind of looked at us like we were, weird just because we took, we were bodybuilders and we took that fitness thing serious. We ate clean all the time, things like that. So it was cool to come out here in a more comfortable environment and then be around people that wanted to see us succeed and push us.
So what was that the reason you moved to Denver?
Yeah, that was part of the reason. So
okay.
It actually worked out really well because Ivana started actually working with Dylan. He's the gym owner here.
Dylan Armbrust.
Yeah, he coached Candace Lewis Carter as well.
Oh, wow. Shit.
Yeah, he's a good figure athlete athlete coach. And so we moved out here we came out here and visited like in like May that year, like right before I went pro in June. And honestly, I was in between jobs at that time. We were in between like locations we were living. So like when we came out here for a week, we were like, on the way back home, I looked at her and I was just like, you know what, if we're ever going to make the risk to get out of Iowa and really blow this up and try to run with this, the time is now. And so, within 2 weeks, we picked an apartment off of Google Maps and loaded up about a month.
Wow, that's amazing. That's do you know what? I love people when they just decide to just do something spontaneous and they just go for it to pursue their dreams. I love hearing stuff like that.
I mean, and I tell people, like, when I talk, especially back to people, old friends and stuff, I go, you just got to do it. You know, you got to make that. You can always go back to where you're from. You can always go back. You can retract, but like, you can't go through life not doing, making those risks because you're going to just regret it. So we did it. We did it together. And honestly, like I said, it was the best decision we ever made, and we never looked back. And now, we have really amplified what we love to do, and it's really showing through in the sport right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, like you said, you're in a fantastic gym. I mean, you've got Dorian Haywood trains there, Phil Heath trains there. And you say it's really the atmosphere that helps you kind of pursue and kind of get better.
Yeah. Like I said, I come in, I'm here a lot. This is actually, I'm here right now. This is my office. So I just have the set up here, man. I got my Lion, I got my Jake Cutler. Yeah. So this is just a home away from home for me, man. You got to be able to, have that environment, and it's motivating every day. And like I said, like you said, with Phil being here, he right now he's not here as much, obviously. He's doing, involved in a lot of things, but like just being around him this last year and a half, 2 years, has been huge in regards to the mental aspect of everything. Yeah, he's so great in regards to like he doesn't need to talk to you about the X's and O's training. He knows, he looks at me, he goes, man, you know how to train. He's like, but you need to learn all the other things that come into it, the mindset, how to hold yourself, how to play the mental warfare, things like that. So he's been a really good tool and a good friend to me. And like, I've been very fortunate to be able to come out here and create a relationship with him, and, motivates me to, make myself look good for him as well. Yeah.
So, I mean, you're doing the Chicago Pro, correct?
Correct. Chicago Pro. No.
So, I mean, I've been looking at some of your pictures, mate, and I'll be honest, that was like, you really like, because I think we met actually at the 2019 Olympia after gala. There was Sean Clarida was on the same table. Ivana was there.
Yep.
Yeah. I came over and we have met. And like I said, I was looking at the pictures in the last kind of few months. And obviously you guest posed with Nick Walker and Sean Clarida. Actually, tell us about that. What was that like going against, guest posing alongside two guys that are very well established and pro show winners, huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, Matt approached me with that about 3 weeks before that. He's like, man, I'd really like to go out here and just kind of actually show the people what you really look like next to people, because it's been so long since you've been on stage. Yeah, obviously there's Instagram and stuff, but pictures don't do justice. We need to put you up, with these guys, get you in front of like some top judges there. There's like Tyler Mannion there, Steve Weinberger. So let them get a look at you, and just, show the world what you've been working on, the social media world. So good thing is I have a good relationship with Sean and Nick just from different sponsor things. I've trained with them before. So it turned out to be an awesome weekend, man. I couldn't, be more thankful for that. We knew going into it, like, I got down there, trained with him, and posed in front of Matt, and he's like, man, we were like, yeah, you're ready to show people what they're going to be looking for in Chicago here tonight. So it was good little practice run there. Just get on stage, feel that again, get excitement, that adrenaline rush, capture some cool moments, and then it's all been business since then. So we've improved a lot since then. Just got tighter and tighter and tighter, and now just that final little push here.
I tell you what really excites me about your physique and really impresses me is that you're very lucky that your physique looks its best in the compulsory poses. You don't have a bad Dorian was like that. He looked good. His physique came together in every single compulsory pose. I've looked at your side chest, your rear lat spread, your side tricep is sensational. It's like it's like everything, the aesthetics, the size, your weight. I mean, what does your waist measure? It's ridiculous.
I'm not sure. I'm not huge on measurements, man. I'm more about the look.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was thinking, is he photoshopping this?
what's your weight, what's your body, what fat, and like I'm like I don't even want to look at that because at the end of the day it doesn't matter to me. It just matters that the win matters and what I look like on stage. So it's always just identifying the look. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the waist came down. I actually had this conversation yesterday with Jordan Peters. He actually reached out to me because he's like, how did you get up to like 280 and then now you're back down and the waist is even smaller than when you were like 212. And I'm like, and like honestly, I think a lot of it is, and this is probably a lot helpful for bodybuilders out there, is obviously we have to be an eater. Like in off season, we have to pound the food. That's just if you ever want to be a successful bodybuilder, you have to. I had to eat like 6,000 calories a day. It was just insane all the time eating. But the thing is, like, I'm not a huge in regards to like eating past fullness. So like I hate that uncomfortable feeling. Yeah. So you're eating like one meal where you eat so much. How guys go and like eat like 70 pieces of sushi. Like I hate that feeling. So what I do is like I always just eat until in the off season, and eat until I'm full, or I wait out my meals that I know where that fullness is, and then I'll make sure that I eat again in 3 hours. So I always get like 7 to 8 meals in a day. I was waking up in the middle of the night eating all for the last year and a half. The thing is, like, I honestly think that like that perfect separation of and it's work, it's preparation, it's a lot of work, but like every 3 hours, those windows of eating like medium to large size meals and not overdoing it, it's been able to keep my my waist tighter, my stomach not stretched. So just a strategy I tried, and looking back on it, it seemed like it worked really well.
Yeah. So what makes Matt Jansen such a good coach for you?
For me, it's just, his attention to detail and just his communication, man. I talk to him every single morning. So right when I wake up, I send him my weight, I send him pictures, and we set the plan for the day. One thing I respect so much about him is just his, his continued grindness. He's always grinding. He's always responding. He's always doing something, and he always makes time for his athletes. So, he's great. He's super, super positive all the time. You ever need anything, right away, reach out and he'll help you out. So I honestly try not to bother him too much, because I know how busy he is. But man, like I couldn't be happier in regards to like the relationship we've built. Now it's a friendship. Yeah. So like it's one of those things I'll bounce something off of him because I obviously do some coaching myself. I have quite a few clients here. So it's really cool that not only have I learned a lot from him, but it's like now we can kind of co-coach a little bit when we get to this level. Like, hey, I think we need to add this and that and that, and take this food out, whatever. And he we talk about it, and it's very comfortable setting, and it makes prep that much easier when you're always just comfortable with your coach.
It's amazing because sometimes you'll have, say, a coach that really rises to prominence because they've got one really mega successful athlete. But like Matt's got more than one at the moment. He's got Sean Clarida, the current 212 Mr Olympia. You've got Nick Walker, who's just won the New York Pro, and he's got you, who's looking absolutely sensational in the lead up. It's like it's really, a lot of eyes are on Matt at the moment because it's like in the last couple of years he's kind of, he's really risen because of the success of his clients. It's incredible.
And he deserves it, man. And that's just what he currently has. And you're figuring like he's got Charles Griffin who's doing Tampa.
Yeah.
It's like I mean, like he has so many guys you forget. But the thing is, like, he's been doing this for 6 to 8 years now. Yeah. He's kind of been involved almost with a little bit, at least somebody at some point. He coached Luke Sando for a little bit. He had Ian for a little bit. Like, so he's like all these big name guys have at least have won shows with them, or at some point, and then or they'll come back and have good things to say. So it just shows his track record shows. I mean, there's nothing more revealing than a track record and wins and an Olympia win, and now Nick coming up when people were doubting that, and like you can't knock success, man.
Yeah. Now your partner, your wife Ivana, competed. Was it last weekend? No, last weekend at the Orlando.
Yeah. So yeah, we were out in Orlando last weekend. She got third out of 33 girls.
Wow.
Yeah, good showing for her. There's, that top three was really tough. She was right there. I think she missed her peak a little bit. Could just been a tad better, but she's working with a new coach, and they did a good job, and they're going to run it back again next weekend at there's a show in Norfolk, Virginia for figure. So I thoroughly expect that they're going to do very well there next weekend. And then hopefully get that qualification, and then she can just come and join my show in Chicago because it's her birthday.
What was it like? Was this your first prep you've ever had together?
No, so we prepped that last time I did the 212. So honestly, like for us, I think we'll always do that. Like we work better together when we're both prepping together.
Yeah.
And I know, a lot of people can't do a lot of relationships, and that kind of that shows you how great of a relationship we have. But both of us have agreed it's much better for us to both prep, both be in that mindset, not someone, going out to eat while the other one's staying at home, things like that. So we just get locked in together, embrace, sometimes the suck, embrace the high moments. And it honestly, it builds up to like those shows are just so much more like fulfilling and, dramatic with, with you doing it together.
I mean, that's exactly what John Jewett and Renee said to it. That's pretty much almost word for word exactly that's exactly how they feel about it. I spoke to them individually about, they said, look, it's much better for us to prep together because, when one's having a bad day, I might be having a good day, and we kind of support each other through it.
Yeah, no, if your relationship's strong enough and, you both are very, mentally tough, mentally strong, it works out very, very well. And it has for us, and we'll continue to do so. And, and like I said, it's been a fun journey.
Is it fourth Ivana's been in the Olympia?
Yes.
Fourth, yeah. So she's she's really up there. She's one of the best. I mean, that's why we had her on Global Muscle a couple of years ago. She's incredible.
In her top place, she got 6th 2 years ago. So she's knocking on the door for sure. Like I said, I think this will definitely be her year. We're going to find out next week, and I think she'll do really well. And that's going to lead into a very successful, Olympia prep here that's coming up in October.
Oh, do you ever train together?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. We'll do like some upper body stuff. So like back and shoulders. I actually have who I share an office with here is my training partner. His name is Martin Fitzwater. He's a big name. He's an up and coming boy too. He's going to be.
Was he in a Gasp video?
Yes.
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's only 24. Wow. Has a story, man. He came down. He's from Wyoming, so a state up, and he started coming down here on the weekends just because the cool gym and stuff. And we linked up. We worked out once together, and that was the end, man. I knew because he just has the exact same, when it comes to the tenacity and the training, the mindset, the intensity. So as we've pushed each other. Like I said, I put 20, not only have I put 20, 30 pounds on stage, he's put 20, 30 pounds on stage weight, and he's doing the Texas Pro, which is 3 weeks after me. So that's really helped too.
Yeah.
Like I said, that goes back into the support system. So we're literally going, prepping together here and just killing workouts like crazy. So it's been the best prep I've ever been part of. And to see him, him develop, and I get to be part of his journey, and I get to pass it forward because, I'm a little older than him, so I can kind of mentor him. Going into this, how to hold himself, you only got time, teach him the right way to train at an early age. And I think you'll be talking to him soon enough, and you'll be hearing about him for a long time too.
Brett, I've never seen this energy from an athlete 2 weeks out. Wow. Honestly, I was just thinking, have you got less energy in the off season, or are you just, because honestly, you can tell, I can sense your excitement and your energy, because it's like 2 weeks. I mean, I've competed, and 4 weeks out, I mean, I couldn't even conduct an interview. I couldn't even do, I don't know. It's just, your energy is really kind of like, it's just radiating, mate. That's like, you're really excited about this open debut.
I appreciate it. I actually hit a new body weight low this morning. So I went low carbs yesterday, and it was a low body weight low today. So I'm definitely grinding, but like I say, talking about this just gets me excited. And then being on this show, that I get to watch, I watch this, I do cardio and stuff. So it's cool to, be on here and share my story up to this point, because I'm getting to that point a lot of people want to know. So, I want to be able to, I really want to give you guys the true story behind me and who I am. And, give you a voice to the face.
Yeah. No, so your plan is Chicago. Have you thought of any other more shows after that, or is it just zeroing in that one show right now?
Just zeroing in on that show right now. I think honestly, no matter what, I think it's going to be it this year. The reason for that is I'm doing a guest posing 2 weeks later here for the gym. So for the gym owner here, and I already committed to that, and I'm a big part of that. My original plan this year was to do, before all the COVID stuff, I was planning on doing Puerto Rico into Chicago into Vancouver, back to back weekends. Okay. They really just want to do 3 in a row, being coming out. That didn't really work out with how they ended up getting rid of Vancouver. They moved Puerto Rico, and so then I just wanted to lock in on Chicago, and this is most likely going to be it. go out there, show out, show off, make a name for myself, and then, maybe put on another 15 for next year.
Are you excited to go up against some of the names entering the Chicago?
I am. Yeah, it's gonna, and so obviously there'll be some guys that'll pop in this last week that that haven't been really talked about leading up to it. Like somebody like a Shaban or something who's really close and stuff. And now it'll be cool to see that. But the good thing is the heavy hitter, the one that's getting all the talk is Hunter Labrada, obviously, which deservingly so. And I'm good friends with him. So we're both with Gas. Yeah. Last year he stayed with us for like 4 days out here for he's doing the guest posing again with me this year out here in a few weeks. So we've created a really good relationship. So it's been fun to we've been pushing each other through this prep as well. He'll text me, check in, after I did that guest posing, he was the first one to text me, very supportive. And, he's, seeing the pictures, he'll let me know. He's like, you're pushing me, I'm pushing him. So it's been cool to be to be part of that. And then, and then leading up to game day here, which we're both really excited about.
I'm excited to see you next to him, actually, because I'd be interested to see how because obviously we know where Hunter falls in the standings. He's a top 10 Olympia guy. He's a pro show winner. He's going to be bigger than he was last year. I had him on a few weeks ago. And I'll be interested to see how, because I think that's when we get the new guys, you all want to see how he looks how you'll look against the Hunters and the other big names, I think you're going to do really well, mate. I've got to honestly, that's why I saw the pictures a few weeks ago. I was like, holy shit, this guy's really been working hard.
Yeah. So that was part of last year. We did that guest posing out here, and that's all I did last year. Remember, I took the year off. Mm-hmm. I dieted down, decently well for the guest posing here with him, and it was mainly so just to kind of reset, get insulin since back, be able to push food again into another off season. But I also wanted to compare myself to Hunter. He had just got done winning Tampa a week before, so it was a great opportunity to see how I set up next year. Yeah. So we did that posing. I thought it went really well. Got a lot of good feedback, even from him, So now I've added 10 pounds since then. So it'll be kind of cool to see what, how each of us has progressed in the last year.
Oh, I can't wait to see that one, mate. So are you happy with your conditioning at this level, at this point? Sorry.
Yeah. I'm very happy. So with me, it's man, I like to get shredded, man, and I can get shredded pretty easy. I have to
music to my ears.
I get my glutes in deep. They're already in deep right now. Fantastic. It's just that's the fun part for me. Like I said, after eating for 2 years straight, you just want to die. So
yeah.
That's part of the reason I'm probably in a good mood. Is this has been a great prep. Even getting down here to the nitty gritty, it's even when I'm, even feeling like crap, even tired, hungry, I just remind myself, I took 2 years off just for this moment. I need to live this up and get the most out of it and keep pushing. So, luckily I have Matt in my corner because he kind of pulls me back on the reins a little bit sometimes too. So even today, he's like, no, don't do cardio. I dropped 3 pounds yesterday just from going low. Shit. And he's like, don't do cardio this morning. I know you want to. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So it's good to have, the strategy behind everything and conditioning won't be an issue. That's not the issue. I just need to make sure, for me, it's just a balance of, this is new to me that I've never had it. I don't have to make a weight, and I love it. But now it's balance, fullness and size with conditioning. But I will always lean towards air conditioning coming up on the show as well.
So what did you weigh as a 212 in 2019?
I weighed 211, 212.
Right. So you're right on the limit. So what do you think you'll be on stage in 2 weeks?
I'm thinking probably 242.
Whoa, shit! So legit 30 pounds.
I was 248 this morning, so that's we don't need. He said we don't need to drop much more weight. We're just gonna, we'll end up dropping water that last week and stuff.
Oh my god! So you're legit, because that's incredible. That's a really significant gain in 2 years. The thing is, your shape is actually better. It's not like sometimes when guys put 30 pounds on 2 years, they completely destroy their shape. But your shape has actually got better. So whatever you've been doing the last 2 years with Matt and with the training and nutrition, everything, it's almost like you've literally done everything right every single day for the last 2 years since being a 212.
You can't say any better than that, Giles. Yeah. That's what it is, man. Just taking, like I said, buying fully into it, the lifestyle, and taking it one day at a time, when no one's watching, when no one's on Instagram, when you're not making the YouTube videos, when you're not making the posts, when you're just in here, you know, grinding it out. So, you know, this environment out here, you know, makes it so you want to do it every day.
Yeah.
You know, coming every day. The hardest part is the eating, but you know, when you're focused and you get it done, then it leads up to things like this, you know.
Brett, so just hypothetically, say you don't get the win and you get a second, would you do another show? Because if you get something like a top 3 or second or third, would you would do another show to qualify for the Olympia? With
the only show I would do, that would just be a discussion with, you know, Matt and, you know, the wife and the team here, would just be that following week would be at Tampa.
Yeah.
So that would be the only, opportunity I have, and we'd be right there. So that could be that would be a conversation. But like you said earlier, I'm solely focused on, you know, this one show. And then, you know, if we have to make adjustments out of there after that, then we will.
Oh, I would love to see you at the Olympia this year, mate. I mean, how cool would that be? You and Ivana both doing the Olympia.
Yeah, I truly believe it's going to happen sooner or later.
Yeah.
You know, we just continue what we're doing. It's going to happen, and that's going to be a pretty cool moment. You know, I know it's happened a few times, maybe with like Trish and Branch Warren or something, but not very often have you seen a a married couple on the Olympia stage together. I'm trying to think of any other. I mean, John Jewett and Renee, because she's doing wellness. If she qualifies, she'll be in the Olymp. Yeah. But I mean, that's huge. That'd be awesome, mate. That'd be awesome. Right. Any thank yous or any mentions you'd like to give before I let you go, Brett? Just shout out to my entire team overall. Shout out to my coach, or the team we coach, me and Ivana. It's called Team Conquer Culture. Okay. So we have a lot of clientele and athletes there, and they're very understanding. So I'm getting a lot of people ready for shows right now. I actually have some guys competing next week and have to run to the show a week out. And,
wow.
But it's been fun. Like I said, I love being busy, and my team's really cool in regards to they know how big a moment this is for me as well. Yeah. So they're fully behind me, and they've worked really well with me. You know, if I need take an extra day to get back to them and things like that. So really want to say thank you there. Thanks to my training partner, Martin, for, what we do and pushing it. My wife for putting up with me every day.
You seem a really good guy to prep around, mate, because your energy and your positivity, it's really, it's great to see, mate. It's great to see new people so excited about coming in and, and the kind of all systems go. It's really, really energizing, mate.
Yeah. And then of course, Matt, for everything he does, and I know he's just excited for me and Atlanta. And when your coach is as excited as you for a show, it gets you even more pumped up. So he's texting me every morning. He's like, we can win this, we can do it. And
it could happen.
I just got to bet. He's 2 hours ahead of me, and he's texting me early, and I'm like, all right, can't sleep now, gotta get going. So we'll get up and go.
That guest posing you did with Nick and Sean, I think that's when people really sat up and went, okay, this guy could do what Hunter did last year, or what, you literally win your pro debut. That is not pro debut, but your open debut. I think that's when people really started discussing you as a serious factor for this year.
Yeah, like I said, it was just an opportunity to actually see me next to somebody. And then, being at Nick, that's all the hype train right now, deservingly so. He came out, kicked ass in New York. So, they didn't know what to expect because, Nick's, the mutant. So when stand next to him and comparing, well, that's, right now, that's all I need to do as I continue to grow over these next couple of years. I just needed to put on that size to be compared with, the biggest guys. Yeah. To beat them in other spots. I need to beat them on my side shots. I need to beat them on my quarter turns. Beat them with the waist. So, I got the tools in place now to beat them on, different things. And as long as it's just going to be have enough size there to compare, give me the eyes on me, and then beat them in different spots. And that's the plan, the game plan going into this.
One final question. What would you say your best poses?
I'm going with what you are, and it actually it wasn't always that way, but now this go around, it's crazy how preps changes. But that side triceps.
I saw me say it. I can't. Side tricep. Yeah. That's the. I mean, honestly, and I saw that for a lat spread, and I was like, has he photoshopped the waist? Because it looks seriously, it looks about 30 inches, mate. Seriously.
Yeah, it probably is, and those back shots with the
wow,
when really tight on the bottom too. That's pretty. Yeah. Those shots too, but Everything is improved, man. It's like I said, it's cool not having to make a weight, and you can adjust things on the fly, and we've been posing every single morning, so it's just getting better and better, man.
Brett, I'm really excited, mate. I'm really excited for this product because, like I said, I've been watching progress, looking at the pictures, looking at the videos, and I was thinking, yeah, this guy's going to do some damage. So, Brett, thank you so much for coming on MD Global Muscle. You've been really easy to deal with. You've been really appreciative, and it really kind of, and this is a fantastic interview for 2 weeks out. I mean, normally I would just be kind of flipping a coin on how competitors are going to be that close. But I can just feel it. I can feel the enthusiasm, mate. It's exciting.
That's all you're going to see all the way through, man. We choose to do this. I think I remind people a lot of time is, if you feel like shit, you chose to do this, and I love to do this, and it's going to be exciting to show everybody what I've been working for.
Brett Wilkins, thank you so much for coming on MD Global Muscle, and maybe we can get you back on for a winner interview. Yeah. Right. All right then, mate. Well, all the best for the next 2 weeks prep, and we'll be watching the live stream. That's all I can say.
All right. Thank you guys again. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much, Brett. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, it is our Global Muscle Hot News and Shoutout segment for episode 24, episode 104, season 424 of MD Global Muscle. Okay, who do we have first? We have Sarah Bradley, women's physique, 24 years old, from the UK. Did compete in PCA, but this year she switched over to Two Bros, NPC Worldwide, competed, and she won her show. She won the overall at the La Familia, where it doesn't really, was it La Familia Classic? This was last weekend. It's about a week and a half ago by the time you watch this. But I put her on one of my other shows back in 2018, another show I used to do for MD called Muscle News Weekly. And she was on my radar there. But this girl's physique has come on in leaps and bounds. And to be honest, do you know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of the classical queen, Elisa Kiesling. I was going to say. Look, no, seriously, I'll tell you what. I think she's that level, and that's a girl who won her pro debut at the New York Pro. So I think it's only a matter of time. I think she'll get a pro card this year. I think that's a given. Who do you pick? Well, I don't know. I mean, I just honestly, she posted some. Hang on, she posted some progress picture. These are the ones she posted the other week. But look, it was when I saw the quads and the quality. This shot here, look at that. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, to me, that's like Olympia level. That's Olympia competitor level. And she's not even pro yet. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, but like I said, I was featuring her when she was, 21 years old? She's a lovely girl, Sarah. Really, really sweet. And look at the quality of the muscle and the conditioning and the dryness. I mean, she's absolutely phenomenal. She really is. Look at this. Wow. Look at that. Wow. The alien movies. Look at that. I mean, I think this girl is just going to be someone who's just going to continually rise through the ranks. I think she'll turn pro this year, and I think she could go in and win a pro show. Seriously, I think she's that good. 24 years old. This is the next generation, people. 3.5 weeks out tomorrow. That's her, 3.5 weeks out. Donna Murphy's done a posing, and I cannot wait to get my ass back on stage. Let's effing go. It's not. I think that's go, not goo. Let's effing goo. But so here we are. I think that's her with a partner. I think, or is it a friend? Grounded me keeps. I don't know. So I'll get in trouble. So that was when she competed with the PCA back in, what was that, 2019, I think that's 2019, maybe 2018. But you could see she was just, destined for, it's, wow. Yeah. I'm so impressed with her. I couldn't believe when I saw these recent progress pictures. I was absolutely, sorry? A t-shirt deadlift. Yeah, what does it remind you of? I don't know. I don't go on those sort of websites. Oh, I've dropped myself in it. Did you hear that was the most, during the lockdown, that was the most viewed website in the world? I thought it was OnlyFans. No, Pornhub was. I'm sure I saw it on Instagram, someone said. And And I thought, yeah. So anyway, shush you. So behave. Right. So yeah, I mean, look, I mean, the quality, and to be honest, she's the perfect size for women's physique, because now that female bodybuilding's kind of back with a vengeance, so the bigger girls are all kind of switching to, or the girls that are kind of almost slightly too big for women's physique, they're all jumping ship now to women's bodybuilding. But I mean, this girl, I think she's flawless. I think she really is. I think she's Olympia level this year. I think she's Olympia level. I think she could. God, I mean, I just
top 10 Olympia.
Do you know what? That would not look out of place on the Olympia stage, would it?
Top 10.
Yeah, that's top 10. That's top 10 Olympia material.
She looks like she's doing the Macarena.
She's doing the Macarena. Okay, yeah. Hey, Macarena. Right. So yeah. So I'm just. Yeah, she's a lovely girl, fantastic athlete. She won the overall Two Bros WPD La Familia champion. Don't think that gives her a pro card. I think that's a regional. So now she has to probably go either compete at the UK Nationals, British Championships, or she has to go and compete internationally and get a pro card. But I think she'll do it. I really do. Okay, our next shout out is it's the IFBB Pro Portugal. João Henriques interviewed him for another platform recently. This is if you watch the Sergio Lima interview in this episode, he told us this is the show he's doing next week too. We're a week out, aren't we? We're a week out. Yeah, sorry, a week out from the Portugal Pro. So let's have a look at some of the lineups. Here, I want to show the stage. I've got to show the stage. Hang on. Oh, yeah, I think the sound will be all right. Look at that. Sorry, this is the amateur show. I want to see the revolving pro stage. You've got to see this, guys. It's incredible. I went to this venue, actually, with Brandon Curry last year when I took him on the Olympia All-Star Tour. Subtle plug. And this venue is unbelievable. It's a casino. It's in a casino. And it's where they filmed some of the Casino Royale scene where James Bond dies. And then he crashes his car. The Aston Martin. Did you know that Aston Martin, in that bit where he flips the car, Aston Martin gave the film production company, they gave him, I think, 11, they totaled 11 Aston Martins. 11, yeah. So, okay, I want to see the pro stage. I want to see that revolving stage. I've got to show you this, guys. It's absolutely phenomenal. Then we'll look at some of the competitors down to compete. Oh, come on, you got to show the stage. Where is it? It is on here. It is on here. Okay, that's the amateur stage, which is impressive. Hang on. Oh, I was on this bloody Instagram account the other day. So where is it? Come on. Oh, I've got to show you this revolving stage. Is this the one? No. Oh well, we'll find it. We'll find it another time. I'll show you. But yeah, so some of the competitors are, we've got Tim Budeshine. Tim turned pro at the 2017 San Marino Pro. He won the, I think it was the heavyweights. But anyway, he won his pro card, and he competed the next day, and he took fourth in a pro lineup. But when you consider that first was Cedric McMillan, second was Hadi Chupin, third was Brandon Curry, fourth was Tim Budeshine from Germany. I'm very happy to see him back, because I don't think he's competed for a couple of years. I don't think I've seen him on stage. So Tim's another guy, very young. I think I remember when Tim won. Okay, I'm going to show off now. When he won the juniors at the 2011 Arnold Europe in the amateurs. That was the first Arnold Classic outside of America. And he won the juniors. So, what was he, 10 years? He's probably 30, 31. But really, really happy to see him back. I'm also very excited to see this guy as well. This is the guy, did he take 8th? I think 8th or 9th at the Puerto Rico. I'm really hoping we can get him on, actually, with a translator, because this guy really impresses me. William Martins from Brazil, I believe. But yeah, here's a newcomer. Fantastic conditioning. Amazing. So, yeah, and the streaming as well. This is what Jo asked me to mention. The streaming, they've got to get a minimum, because the streaming is very, very expensive with the camera system they have. So they've got to get a certain amount of pre-orders before they actually go with the live stream. And it's only €9.99. So what's that? $10? $12?
Something like that.
12. I mean, that's just it's incredible. And it's the same standard that they had at the NPC European, because João and Emilio Martinez from Pro League Spain, they collaborate on a lot of different things with their production and their, they promote to and produce shows to an absolutely incredible high standard. So the tickets are on sale. What else? This is a guy I'm looking forward to seeing, Lucas Coelho. I really hope this guy looks even 60% as good as he is on Instagram as he does on stage, because if he is, this guy's going to be a threat. Watch out for this guy, Lucas Coelho. I wonder if he's related to Natalia.
You said that last time.
Yeah, I did. You did, yeah. Hey, if you want to call me out, who put episode 22 on the thumbnails?
Who've got to approve it?
Oh, actually, I don't. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, there's a bit of office politics here. Sorry, it's a bit of revenge there. Wesley Vissers. Oh, God, they've used the picture from the Olympia because he's got those awful trunks on. Wesley, love you, bro. You're amazing, but please don't wear those trunks you wore at the Olympia. They were awful. Yeah, Wesley's one of these guys that really, I think, he's a guy that could be easy top 5 Olympia. Easy. He won the Romania 2019. He's won a couple of pro shows. He's done Olympia's Arnold Classics, and he's absolutely huge. But he's a guy I think will end up being in the open class because he's a big dude. I mean, if you see him in a classic lineup, he looks like an open bodybuilder next to classic bodybuilders. So, and he's very tall as well. I think he's about 6'1". So anyway, so I want to give Portugal Pro a shout out. Please check out the live stream because obviously with COVID and this amazing venue and the stage production, it costs a lot of money to put these things on. And I think their capacity, I'm sure he said it was 1,000, but they'd reduced it by there had to be a third. So I think they're doing the show in 3 sessions, and they can only have something like 300 or 400 people in the venue at any one time, and then they move them out and they bring the next lot in and the next, and so on. So the live stream is very, very important for the revenue, which determines whether this show is financial success or a loss, because these shows cost a lot of money to put on. So and there were João and his team were very, very welcoming when I took Brandon Curry for the Olympia All-Star Tour last year. Also might be a bit of news on the tours very soon, but you didn't hear that from me. Right, okay, now we have Christian Wolski, 27 years old. Now, Christian with a K, I saw win the overall at the 2018 Two Bros. I think it was August 2018. I know because I head judged the wellness. And he was a guy that, because he was Jamie the Giant was in the show as well. Oh, right. And he beat Jamie. Jamie won the supers, but this guy won the overall. And I've been looking at some of his progress pictures, and he is looking very, very good. I think he must be open now. Yeah, he's open. He's moved up to the open. I mean, look at that. That's a nice shape. Look at that. Nice V-taper, good condition. When's that? Was that 2.5 weeks out? And he looks like he could step on stage there. So here's a guy to keep an eye on. This is the most recent post he posted 7 days out. This went out today. Yeah, he's a bit flat there, you can see. But look at his legs. His legs are crazy. And he's only 27 years old. Where's he from? Poland. I think he's from Poland. Yeah, Poland. Warsaw. That's not Warsaw. Is that Polish for Warsaw? You don't know. No. Bullshit, mate. Yeah, so let's have a look. Sorry, did I cut that video short a bit there? Did I? Yeah. I think I did. Sorry. Do we have to watch that again? Yeah, let's watch it again. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's put the sound on. I want to hear the grunts. Oh, no sound. No grunts. Yeah, he's very symmetrical. Nice physique. I mean, he is a guy who's, he's not missing anything. Nice separation there. Yeah, everything's popping in the shoulders and the arms. Yeah, he's got to be a little bit tight around here, but he's flat as well. So, but the glutes and the hams are nicely dug in there. Yeah, he's popping there. He's good. He's really good. I wonder how he'll do. So, sorry, what show is he doing? Portugal. Yeah, Portugal, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm completely distracted by those incredible quads. But let's get some more info about him. Oh, he's doing the UK Arnold as well. Is he? Yes, there he is. Yeah. So obviously he won, he turned pro with Two Bros in 2018. And he's going to get to go up against Jamie Christian again, Joe Hall. Actually, Jamie's name's changed now. That's wrong. It's Christian Big, B-I-G-G. Right. Can you remember? Because he changed his name. So that needs to be updated.
When you say Superman?
So we'll say Superman then. Yeah.
So Superman, Joe Seaman.
Do you think Jamie ever regrets getting those neck tattoos?
A little bit.
Do you think?
Well, the judges don't really like tattoos.
Because imagine if Jamie then got a call from Hollywood. Yeah, but the thing is, they can cover tattoos, can't they, with film makeup? Because the Rock has half his body's tattooed, isn't it?
You can do CG, you can do makeup, or you can laser off.
Yes. Well, they're not going to laser it off just for a film, are they?
Yeah, if you get
Shut up. They're going to put that on for a bloody film. Patrick Johnson as well. Very, very happy to see Patrick Johnson from Denmark. Finally making his pro debut. He did all that prep last year, then unbelievably couldn't fly and get out of the country because he was supposed to do the British Grand Prix last year. And what was the other show? There was another show he was supposed to be doing. Was it Romania or Spain? But he couldn't get to either, so all his prep went to waste. So really, 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 really gutted for him there. Right, but 27 years old. Here's a guy, keep an eye out on. Yeah, excited to see what he's going to be bringing. 7 Nutrition, what's that? That's the company that I recognise. Is that the one that sponsors Morgan Asti? Click on it. No. Okay, and next shout out is a UK athlete, Alex Small. Now, my God, she's 21. Wow. I don't actually know where she turned pro. But, whoa, I got a diet face. Diet face. Wow, look at her condition. Okay, that's a... Yep, she looks like she's hungry for some carbs there. But, she's prepped by Shelby Starnes. And I'll be honest, she was not on my radar when I was looking at the off-season pictures. But I tell you what, in the last few weeks, her physique, look at that. And I know fitness... Well, the physique is 50% of fitness, but I can't get over her legs because she had these big, chunky legs before she started prepping, and they've chiseled up beautifully. I mean, the condition, the balance, everything. I mean, I always see her on her Instagram doing like no-handed flips and stuff, and but she's really popped up now. I think she's getting a lot of attention now. She prepped by Shelby Starnes, one of the I think he is the best female coach in the world for sort of fitness, women's physique, ladies bodybuilding. But like I said, she wasn't. But now, I mean, look, I think that was the picture. That was when I really noticed the big changes in her physique. And I thought, yeah, this girl's serious. You can see a quad separation popping through her pants there. Wow, refeed din. I tell you what, you've got to hand it to Shelby. I mean, he is just, it's like when you look at Patrick Tour's feed for his athletes, it's just non-stop success. Absolutely phenomenal. So I don't know what show hang on, did it say? What show is she doing? What show? Should usually check on the hashtags. She's 6 weeks tomorrow. Miss Bikini Fit. No. So what show is she doing then? Is she doing? Oh, she'll be doing the Arnold UK.
All right.
Is it? No. Yeah. Hang on. Is it?
Oh, wait, is that fitness?
Hang on. Yeah. No.
There's fitness.
I wish I'd bloody find out. Alex. Maybe Lauren and Emma can get her on Buff Bombshell. Find out some more. Because, she's impressive. And if she's got a really good routine, we could have a new superstar in fitness for the Pro League. So, which is very exciting. I'm assuming she's doing the British Arnold in September. So, I would guess she is. But we can find out more and we can report back. But Alex Small, 21 years old. What a physique. Bodybuilder that flips. Online. Oh, she does online coaching as well. That's great. So there's an athlete to keep an eye out on. Okay, now the Wings of Strength is our next shout out because yesterday we had the NPC. Is that the one yesterday? Hang on, has to be. Yes, it is. Yeah, the Omaha Midwest, I believe. Here we are. 2021 Omaha Pro Women's Bodybuilding winner, Michaela Aycock. Now, Micheala, I remember when she got top 3 at the 2017 Tampa Pro in the women's physique. She's been top 6 Olympia. But a few years ago, even when I used to look at her back shots, a radial bicep shot, and I thought, that's getting too big for women's physique. And then And then, she just, and then she came into the Olympia, I think it was 2018 or 2019, the one I was actually at. And she kind of came in with like a sort of more women's physique look. And I thought, and I messaged her and I said, look, that's a really good look for women's physique. Much better. But then obviously she's gone, now the Olympia has the Miss Olympia back. She switched like a lot of girls, a lot of ladies like Mayla Ash, Asha Hadley. Who else has switched from women's physique? Heather Grace. A lot of these ladies are switching now to female bodybuilding. So yes, she's doing absolutely. Let's have a look at some of the other girls. So we've got Michaela Aycock in first, Jessie Martin in second, and a lady will be coming to in a few moments in third, called Hulda, a vegan bodybuilder. It looks absolutely phenomenal. But so I just wanted to give a bit of mention of this event. And this is the lady that won the women's physique. Now, when I saw the pictures of her at the pre-judging, what's her name? Cristal Zaro. She reminded me a little bit of Juliana Malacan. Sorry, Cristal Zarovska. Doesn't say where she's from. But so when I saw... I've never seen this lady before. But so she won the women's physique, and Cristal is going to the 2021 Olympia. Maybe we can find out some more on her as well in a future episode. But let's go back to the Wings of Strength. But fantastic. All these ladies I've never heard of. All new faces. It means there's a lot of new talent coming into the women's physique, which is great to see. And also female bodybuilding is absolutely exploding right now. So let's go to the next shout out. And that is, this guy popped up on my feed on Gianrico Pico, the Italian Pro League promoter. He's coaching this guy, Mattia Vecchi, NPC IFBB Pro League, coach Enrico Pica. OnlyFans. He's got OnlyFans. Okay, cool. Well, we're not judging. Won't click on that. But look at this. This guy's. Yeah. Oh my God. That's okay. That's pretty freaky.
The comments are a bit weird.
Whoa, your muscles are glorious. The big Savania body is a work of art. What accent was that? I don't even know what accent that was. Wow, what a freak. Wow. He's not hurting for muscle, is he?
French.
Quite frankly. That's a muscle. God, okay, we'll get off that. What a beast. Yep. Beast, not muscle god. We're not here to judge. Hey, we were all young and needed the money once.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So, this is no Sean Roden kind of aesthetic, pretty physique. This is just, what have I done there? This is a big, I'm trying to think whose physique it reminds me of. Kind of Branch Warren, maybe?
Yeah.
He needs to sort his posing out. He's all over the place. Perhaps he's pumped and he's just a bit wobbly. So that's a good physique shot. So I assume he's Italian. Yeah, he's a big, scary monster. Yeah, I like to see the midsection a bit. Yeah, I assume he's not in contest condition there. He's probably... I think you deserve more respect than most of the big names out there. You quietly go about your business with total dedication. You make time for your fans. Okay, cool. Okay, well, I don't know. Is he pro? I don't know. Big dude. I can't imagine him being very far from turning pro.
Any stage pictures?
Sorry, I don't know. It's all kind of this stuff.
Oh, well, it's training video.
That's cool, isn't it? Hey, he's got my floor mat on his back. Because I've got a Captain America shield rug in my I call it the office, but it's really just a room full of comics and Batman statues. But strong. No, I'm not reading that. Okay, I think we get the message. But is that? Oh, I thought that was. There's Gianrico. Sorry, I thought it looked like Maro Sassi there. So there's Gianrico Pica. Yeah, I heard he was making a comeback as well. Maybe he was just trolling. So give 58.1 thousand followers. Mattia Vecchi. So new face, never seen him before. Okay, our next shout out is Fabrizio Morera Pro. Did I say that right? You don't know, do you?
What's with these accents?
I don't know. Just these accents have come from nowhere. 123,000 followers. I tell you what, is he Brazilian? Because I tell you what, the Brazilian bodybuilders, you look at their Instagram followings, they have like guys like you've never heard of or know very little about. They've got like 1 million followers. That tells you how big bodybuilding is in Brazil. In fact, I spoke to Patrick Tour once about his tour he did with what's his name, Rafael Brandeo, when he was prepping him in 2017, and he said, I tell you what, Giles, he says, bodybuilding, you've never seen anything like it. In fact, when I interviewed Ronnie Coleman, he said the biggest, and Flex Lewis, they said that the biggest kind of fan response they ever get is when they go to Brazil. They have to have teams of security. Because literally they're like, I love to hear that. I love to hear that passion for bodybuilding. But this guy, Fabrizio, is... Now, I recognize that gym. That's the gym. That's Big Evolution Gym in Portugal.
All right.
That's the one that João Henriques owns and runs. So this guy, I'm assuming, is doing the I'm going to use my powers of deduction. He's doing the 212 at the Portugal Pro.
He looks like
look at that.
Wahlberg's.
He looks what? Mark Wahlberg.
Like his cousin.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Do you remember that video that Mark Wahlberg put out on?
Oh, funny that.
And he was baked. I swear it was about getting Olympia tickets, and he just honestly it was like, I thought, is he well? That was funny. I was like, mate, you could have had a shave and actually wait till you hadn't smoked a big loogie. Is it loogie? Doobie. Loogie doobie. Potato. You say tomato, I say potato. Yes, so he is. He's in Lisbon, Portugal. Cascais, that's there. Yeah, that's the place. Yeah, that's where we went when I took Brandon Curry on the Olympia All-Star Tour. Third plug. So, yeah, a little bit light in the legs there, maybe, or is that just the angle?
Just the angle.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, that's not Sergio, is it? No, it looks like Sergio Lima a little bit. Okay, so come on, I want to see more about this. Oh, here he is on the poster. Oh, so this is his supplement sponsor that's put him on the poster. So all 6 of these are doing the Portugal Pro, I'm assuming. That's Dani Castillo.
All right.
She's been like top 5 at the Olympia. I think she was second or even won the Arnold Classic. She's not been around for a couple of years. I don't remember seeing her anyway. But that's a women's physique who's really, really good. She's one to keep an eye out on. But let's have a look. What else is there? What else? That's a good shot. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's a tank, isn't he? Oh, his legs look fantastic there. Yeah, they look fantastic. I want bloody Spanish. I want to know what he's saying. I want to know. Do you want anything you want to see, Colleen?
Some back shots would be nice.
Back shots. That's a good one. Look at his mate. Look at the back. He's good. I tell you what. I'm interested to see how this guy's going to look on stage, because he is very, very impressive. So Fabrizio Moreira doing the 212. Like I said, I know nothing about him. He just popped up on my feed. I do recognize his face. I've seen him around, but I can't pinpoint the show, But so it'll be interesting to see how he does in the Portugal Pro, see if he qualifies for the Olympia. This is the lady I was talking about, Holder. That's all Holder. Professional female bodybuilder, plant-based. Oh, hashtag no more violence. Oh, come on. Yoga. So, no, I'm joking. I mean, I'm not. No, if you're sorry.
Sandra and Nando's pig.
Oh, Sandra and Nando's pig. You're awful. Right. Picture me eating a big T-bone. Right, but she popped up on my feed. I think it was this video. Yeah, Shelby posted about her, Shelby Starnes, because she's prepped by Shelby Starnes as well. And these are the ones this is the ones I saw. To be honest, I think she looks absolutely fantastic. Beautiful face as well. To get that level of muscularity, conditioning, and to keep the face looking so kind of intact, basically. Yeah, I can't think of any other word. Her posing coach is Kenny Wallach, a very well-known female posing coach, considered the best in the business. Shelby Starnes, considered the best in the business for female, muscle. It's a vacuum look. Wow, I like her physique. And she just took, wow, look at that. She just took 4th place at the Omaha Pro. Was it? Oh, 4th. It was 4th, wasn't it? Or 3rd? Yeah, 3rd or 4th. Actually, we'll just clarify that, actually, because I don't want to rob her of a placing if she got... Oh, it's all in bloody Spanish. Okay, so there's Michaela Aycock, the winner. And there's the second place. Hulda. I'm sure she was third. And I want to clarify this. Here we are. There's the score sheets. Let's have a look. Hulda. Where are we? All right. Here we are. Oh, she took third place. So good job I checked. But I know nothing about her. I've never seen her before. So maybe she's one of these new athletes that's just turned pro. And let's have a look at this video. Look at her back. Let's have a look. Oh. No, well, it's probably only filler music. But that's a really lovely physique. That's a lovely bodybuilding physique. Very impressive. Let's have a look. What do you think, Colleen?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
She's good, isn't she? She's really good. Yeah, good quality, nice and full. How does Shelby get these? He must have so many clients. And he brings every single one of them in condition. His knowledge is really unsurpassed. I think as I don't think there's any doubt that you can say that he's not... Oh, shoulder looking a bit suspicious there. Oh, I don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing that on anyone's physique, male or female. Glutes are coming. Yeah, bit of a. But she looks fantastic. Wow, she's really good. I hope to see more of her. She's all thanks to God. Wow. Okay, fantastic quads. Yeah, she's really good. I like her. I like the thickness and the roundness in her pecs and her shoulders, the legs. It's good quality muscle. You know. Oh, she's naked. I'm not looking. This is the family show for families. Wow. No. Okay, she's not doing anything. Okay, what does she do then? Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, so... Yeah. Oh, she's into all sorts, isn't she? So, is she doing the New York Pro? Sorry, the Norfolk Pro. Norfolk Pro, a bit different from the New York Pro. Landa Murray Classic. Okay, if you guys want to watch next weekend's Norfolk Pro show, there'll be a live stream pay-per-view available. Also, yeah, I want to give a shout out for the show. I didn't know the show was happening. Lenda Murray, love Lenda. I've got some funny stories about Lenda, I can tell you. I made a complete tit of myself in front of her. Yeah, pay-per-view, $24.99. So she's competing next weekend as well. So wouldn't it be lovely if she snagged a win and got through to the Miss Olympia? Because she's right there. Yeah, I think Micheala just kind of got better condition. But you can see with a little bit of tighter condition, yeah, she could be a factor at the Olympia. She could be at the Olympia this year. So, yeah, she must be absolutely thrilled, though, with the third place there at the Omaha Pro. Voice starting to go. Right, okay, we're going to go to the next shout-out. Is... how do we say it? Angel? Ingil? I got to say it in a really dodgy Spanish accent. My accents are very... I think they're on point today. No, it's Italian.
Oh, yeah,
Paella. Okay. Right. Andrew Calderon went into the Olympia last year with 4 212 wins. Can I name them all? NPC European, Romania, which was after the 2020 Olympia. He then won the British Grand Prix. Then he won... What was the fourth one he won? Shit. Quick. Oh, I can't remember. Was it? No, what he won... Imagine going into the 2020 Olympia with 4 pro wins in that year, not just total, but in that year. So he's qualified 4 times with 4 wins. I think that's absolutely phenomenal. And also, Angel trained with Brandon Curry on the Olympia All-Star Tour 2020. And he trained, as I said to Sergio Lima in this episode before, he trained with Brandon Curry and Veronica Gallego. Mila Martinez's partner, the figure. I think she's done women's physique before, actually. But, yeah, I mean, he was 6th place in the Olympia last year. I think he was 12th or 13th the year before. But his leg's looking good because he was a bit top-heavy before. I mean, this guy is just a wall of muscle. When you see him next to the other 212s, it looks like a heavyweight next to middleweights. That's how much of a disparity there is. Last status update until show. Before the Olympia, he's not doing any more... Hang on a minute. Last status update until show. So he's not going to post any... Flex Lewis. Thick. So he's not doing any more status updates until the Olympia. Wow. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Well, he's not posting much here, is he really? He's gone quiet. Here's a guy who's hungry to move up. Really is. So, and he's with trained by JP now. Let's have a look. Yeah. So he's with sorry, TBJP. Oh yeah, Jordan Peters. Yeah, Jordan Peters clothing. That's cool. He looks after his athletes, Jordan Peters. Really does. With Yamamoto as well. Let's have a look. He's not giving much away. It's all kind of. Look at that. That's what he looks like when he's shredded. He's such a monster. Shit. Wow. Look at that. Look at that chest. He cracked walnuts between that. Wow. Okay. Well, I was really hyping Angel last year. He's a lovely guy as well, always smiling. And they had a great session. And I remember when he took his top off after training legs. And I remember filming Brandon Curry's reaction. And Brandon was like, holy. He was like, wow. I wasn't expecting that. And obviously when people have trained legs, the blood's all in their legs. So the upper body's going to be flatter than it would normally be. So, we love Angel. He's awesome, 2-time Olympian. I think he went from somewhere like outside of the top 10. It was something like 12th or 13th, and then he moved up to 6th place last year. So I'd be very surprised if he wasn't first call out at the Olympia this year. To be honest, I think the 212 Olympia this year, I think it's going to be Sean Clarida and Kamal, the two champs, 2019, 2020. I think they'll be 1 and 2 again. Derek Lunsford, though. Derek Lunsford, my God, if you sit at... if Derek Lunsford doesn't... Well, he's been prepped by Hanny Rambod now, so maybe they're doing things differently. But I tell you what, if he can hold on to that impressiveness and squeezes down to 212, I tell you what...
So you got 212 Ronnie Coleman versus 212 Phil Heath.
No, he's not like a Phil Heath. He's more like... how could you liken Derek Lunsford's physique? He's more like a Jay Cutler. He is. I see him as more like a 212 Jay Cutler, if you want to liken him to anyone. If you're going to call Sean Clarida the 212 Ronnie Coleman, but I think that'll be the top 3. Sean, Derek, and then you've got George Peters, and then I think you'll have Angel Calderon rounding out the top 5. That's what I think my top 5 will be. Based upon what I've seen so far going into the show, I'd be very surprised if that was not the top 5. Right, okay, our next shout out is Jason Lowe, IFBB under... Why is he calling himself Broku? I don't understand that. Broku, what's that?
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, he's into all that shit, is he?
Well, that's what I think.
Dragon Ball. But what? I don't know. I mean, yeah, Jason Lowe, he's a great guy. We've had him on Glow Muscle. He was a really good guest. Posts a lot as well. Very, very prolific on Instagram. And you know what I like about Jason? He's one of these guys, you can look at his... Okay, that's boring. You could look at his progress pictures and look at that and think, wow, straighted quads, great physique, terrible hair, looks great. But I tell you what, when he goes on stage, his physique absolutely comes alive. He is very much in the minority because, like you say, most people you see on Instagram, you see them on stage and you're like, what happened? They don't look as good. But I tell you what, with Jason, he looks better. I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong, he looks absolutely fantastic there. But what he brings to the stage and how his physique translates when he gets on stage is extremely impressive. He's doing the Chicago Pro. So he's 214 there, fasted. He's got a couple of pounds to get off there, a bit of water. But he'll make 212 easily. Jason was second at the New York Pro last year to... what's his name? Oh, God, I can't remember his name. Derek. The... I can't remember his name now. That's really escaped me. That's bad. What's his Instagram? He's got a funny Instagram name. Derek. Oh, the guy who won the New York Pro 212 last year. Oh, I can see the comments coming on the chat now. But so he's looking really, really good. Like I said, he's great. But tell you what, he'll be tough to beat. The Chicago, very, very tough to beat. Yeah. Oh, he's been prepped by Chris Aceto, of course. Yes, of course. I'm gonna act like I knew that. Yeah. Yes, of course. Because I interviewed him last year and he did say he was prepped by Chris Aceto. So Chris never brings them in out of condition. He's nice and dry there. So yeah. So 82.8 thousand followers. Wow, that's impressive. Okay, good. Okay then. And our final shout out is Josh Malley, 6'6" bodybuilder, won the NABA Pro Mr Universe. What was it 2019?
I was there.
You were there.
I was there.
You were there. Yeah. Yeah, a bit late now, mate. 6'6". He trains with Jamie the Giant.
Yeah, I've seen them.
So here he is guest posing at the last weekend. He won a Two-Bro show a couple of weeks ago. His legs are fantastic. Trains with Jamie the Giant. So, because can you imagine squatting with Jamie the Giant? Can you imagine when he puts the bar back? Because I used to have a training partner and he was like 5'4", and say we were doing 3 or 4 plates aside, it would be half a rep to get it at the freaking rack. So yeah, it makes sense that these guys train together. But he's a big dude, Josh. Really nice guy as well. Morning weight today was 291. At the end of each week, I sit between 289 and 292. So he's not far behind Jamie there. Well, actually, because he's an inch taller than Jamie.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's an inch taller. He's 6'6". Jamie's 6'5".
I mean, so he's not the giant anymore.
But you know what? Yeah, if he turns pro, if Josh turns pro, Jamie then can't call himself the tallest IFBB pro bodybuilder open, can he? Fight, yeah. So there's that big classic guy as well, isn't it? 6'8".
Yeah, but he's not.
He's not very good. Oh, he's not open. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yes, but yeah, open. Yeah, but IFBB pro bodybuilder, I think it was, or was it open? Yeah, I think he said it open. Yeah. So if Josh turns pro, Jamie, you're gonna have to get yourself a new nickname, mate. You have to change your name again.
Oh, you got to rush and break your legs and grow yourself.
Okay. Where is he? He did the Two Bros the other week. There he is training with Jamie. Look. Yeah, that's the gym. We trained there, didn't we?
Yeah.
Wow, how many's not there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think no, hang on, I can't see. I can't count them. What's all these things with the bands? Why are people just training with bands now?
Resistance bands, you know.
So they get more.
It's harder to push.
Yeah, but just put more weight on.
Yeah, but if you're out of weights and you're taking them all.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah. Okay, what's he doing now? Let's put some. Oh, no music. Look at Jamie. Go on. Oh, okay. Let's put the sound on. Come on. Let's go. Oh, that's not Jamie. That's not Jamie. It's some other guy. That's the guy. Oh, I've met him. I met him at Strength Pro. His girlfriend is it Phoebe? Phoebe Goodwin? I don't know. I might be completely wrong there. Oh, NS. Yeah, Nathan. I think it's Nathan. Hang on. I'm going to quick check that. It's bugging me now. Yeah, Nathan Styles. Yeah. I was right. Okay. We'll give him a shout out as well another time. So, okay, what's happened now? Okay, I've lost him there. Right, okay then. Let's go back. Yeah, so he's looking to turn pro. I think he's getting ready for, it says here actually, he's getting ready for the Two Bros British finals. So, yeah, I think I'd be very surprised if he doesn't turn pro this year. You know, I've seen the standard and I think he's good enough to win. Definitely good enough to win. So he's a big dude. He calls himself the Viking something.
Yeah, it looks like something from Skyrim.
He's a really nice guy. Bumped into him in the toilets once.
That's weird.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's a good shot. Look at that one. That's really good. Yeah. I tell you what, if you squinted, you could be forgiven thinking that's Jamie. Come on. Use your imagination. Believe to achieve.
From the legs area, I think, yeah.
Mayo Master. Yeah, he's named after my cat. Viking. Strong. Right, okay. Hump day. What is this hump day? I've never gone into these trends. I think it's so silly. So, he's not been training with Jamie then. He's been training with Nathan. So, he ditched Jamie in his own gym. That's a bit cheeky. But you saw him on stage. How does he look on stage? Impressive?
He's very, very tall and wide. He dwarfs everyone else.
So he's very tall and very wide. I think we've established he's very tall.
There was a guy who was.
What about his physique?
Oh, impressive.
Okay.
But back then he lacked a bit of arms.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a couple of years. He's a work in progress, but I mean that's a big old frame to fill out. So give Josh Malley a follow, and hopefully we'll see him in the pro ranks very, very soon. Okay, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Season 4, episode 24 of MD Global Muscle. Overall, episode 104. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting, and ladies and gentlemen, we are out.